Louder!
And it's time for the Gore N More podcast.
Gonna have a good time.
Gonna have a good time.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
We're going on now.
A ball break, walking hand in hand in the moonlight. We'll be the sweet soul there. I swear we'll never part.
We're going on now.
A ball break, running in the sand, feeling alright.
Ooh, baby.
Oh, damn it. I wasn't ready. I was going to pump my teeth.
Baby. What's up, Gorehounds? And welcome. Welcome to the Gore N More podcast. I'm your not so mean fluff master Supreme, Big Johnny D, bringing it in. However, I do not bring this shit show in alone. For with me, as always, are my beloved horror homies. Started off with that Chad Daddy, that Dark Lord of Knowledge, Mr. Chad Chrisman.
What's up, bitches?
Wow.
Damn enchiladas.
Damn them enchiladas. We have, if he's listening, the host with the ghost, the Duke with the dead, Lord Scubacabra, Mr. Steven Vasquez.
What's up, baby?
And Mini Steve. Ooh, where is she? Did you put it out? There she is.
There's the mini-me.
Here's the Mini-me. She's sweet too.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the lovable yet killing machine, the Meat Mountain, Mr. Babe Amone.
I'm here to get my hands dirty. Hey.
Woo, yeah.
Maybe.
All right, today is May 8th, 2023, and, well, we're going to have a fun fucking episode today because we are continuing our year-long tradition. But first, before we do that, we're going to do what we always do. We're going to talk about what the fuck we did in the last weekend. So, Steve, do you need me to pull this up?
Yeah, pull it up. Let's have
Nice.
let's
Bring in
have the
variants.
variant do it. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to disturb the young one. So, Mr. Variant,
Ladies and
Steve?
gentlemen, it is now time for your That guy had the world in his hand and he didn't even know.
all that cheese.
Oh man,
He's got the whole world.
Yeah, he
in
did.
his hands.
Yeah, he did.
Fuck it, eh? Oh, man. So, yeah, obviously, today we're talking that. Thank you, Variant Steve. So, Chad Daddy, how the hell you been, buddy? We're gonna
Not
start with
bad.
you.
Not bad. It was a decent weekend here. You know, we had some good weather on Saturday and some not the greatest weather yesterday. Last week, what did I do last week? I decided to bite the bullet and started going back and watched Scream 4. So I'm going to get through the last three. I'm going to get through 5 and 6. I didn't hate it. You know, it wasn't awful. I didn't hate it like I hated 3. Oh, is it?
It's better than 3.
Dog shit's better than 3.
4 came out in 2011?
2013, I think it was.
2013, thank you.
Four is one of
Might
the
be 2011,
better,
maybe.
one of the better ones. But
Yeah.
That's the only one I haven't seen, actually.
Emma Roberts.
Ooh.
That's the one with the McCulkin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I watched that, and that wasn't awful. Yeah, got a kick out of it. What else? On Saturday was my wife's birthday, so I took Steph. We went. So we took her out to lunch, and of course, she only wanted to eat at Wendy's, which I was fine with. You know, nice cheap date.
Pretzel
and we
burger?
just no, we just get off the. We always just go off the cheap menu. We're not hard to please. So Steph, what motivated? I just wanted to finally get caught up on it, Heather. That's why. Just said hell with it.
It was one of those things where you're just like, God damn it, I feel like I just need to.
Yep.
Yeah.
I understand.
But so we went there and we decided to try. They have the new ghost pepper fries.
Ooh.
Big fucking disappointment. They've had ghost pepper fries before, and they had like shredded cheese and then like a cheese sauce, and then there was like the hot ghost pepper sauce, whatever. It's literally just their fries and a ghost pepper chili oil. That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Horrible.
It was not worth it. So if you ever thought about getting them, if that's your thing, yeah, that's cool. It made them really greasy. It wasn't too enjoyable.
Ugh.
It wasn't the greatest. So let's see. Then we went to Petco because we had to get new dog treats for the dog. He ran out, and the one lady there, it's their whole big sale on reptiles. So she had out a little veiled chameleon, and we just happened to be walking past while she had her out. She looked at Steph and like, she's like, would you like to hold him? My wife's like, yes, I would. 'Cause she loves them. She loves chameleons. So she got to hold a chameleon. I got to take a picture of her. She looked at the salesperson. She's like, thank you. You just made my day.
That's
Then we went and she got her nose pierced.
Oh,
It's really pretty.
Nice.
I got it. It's a lot more subtle than I thought it would be. I was hoping it would stand out more, but it's just like the little stud. I asked her if she wants to get a hoop after she changes it out, but I guess she wants to get a diamond for it instead. So,
Okay.
Brody, Brody, you might regret that more than me. So what else did we do? Then we went, met two of my stepsisters and took a little hike up in the woods. Went up this little mountain. We were trying to find this waterfall that my stepsisters have been trying to find. She's went twice before and couldn't find it. This time she was dead set we were gonna find it. So we went up the one up along the road down in the woods. Couldn't find it. So we're like, screw this, we're going back. And apparently it was supposed to be on a footpath back the way we came. So we went up this little footpath and went well over a mile, just going up the mountain. It was hot as hell, sweat pouring off of us. My stepsister Shellen said it's probably at least another 2 to 3 miles, and I'm like, fuck this, I'm done. We're going back. So we went back down the mountain, got to the bottom, and we met this one guy who was going to his car. We're like, let's ask him. So we asked him where it was. And he's like, yeah, it's up that little footpath. And he's like, you go up the mountain, you come to this there's like a little plateau there and a little scenic overlook. Then you go back down and you go out around. And we were like, so basically you're telling us we were that fucking close to it. He's like, yep. He's like, you shouldn't have turned around. So like, all right, maybe next time.
Dude.
Yeah. Yeah. So then we did that. Then I went bowling with my wife's best friend, Sarah. Didn't do too bad.
Nice.
We bowled 3 games, and we each actually won a game. I've never won a game of bowling ever.
Nice.
My high score is 114, so for me that was pretty fucking good because I never bowl.
Same. I'll meet you out in the switch bowling.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
like Wii bowling for
yeah.
sure.
I'll do that. But man, my shoulder's fucking killing me now because I haven't bowled
Nice,
about a
dude.
year. Let's see what else. Yesterday was the kids. We went back to the bowling alley because yesterday was the kids' bowling ceremony for the end of the season for their awards and everything. And Cameron's team, my son's team, actually came in second place, so he got a medal.
Oh,
that's
nice.
awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Congrats.
And then they each get a little trophy for their high score for the year. That was pretty nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, and then came home and I watched this wonderful movie that we're here to talk about today. Scuba Steve.
Well, as you guys know, I was not here last week because
Thank you, Tad.
Mel was having
I have the same one.
Mel was having some contractions already, and so we went to the hospital. They told us no baby. We're like, okay, so they sent us home at like midnight. Went home. They got onto her because she hadn't been taking her blood thinner she's supposed to be taking. So first thing we did when we got home was she took her blood thinner. I came home, and at 3:45 in the morning, I got a lot of phone calls that I missed because I was dead to the world. My daughter came and woke me up, and she's like, "Dad, Mel's water broke." So there I go to the hospital at 3:45 in the morning after they just sent us home. So we get there. Sure enough, her water broke. Baby's on the way. We're asking about epidural, and the nurses just kind of keep like sidestepping us and dodging the question. And I could tell something's off, but I don't want to tell Mel just because I didn't want her to get upset or anything. So doctor finally comes in. He's like, "You just took your blood thinner a few hours ago. I cannot give you an epidural.
Ooh.
You will bleed out in your back and you will be paralyzed if I give you an epidural. Maybe they can give you fentanyl, but I cannot give you an epidural." So they go talk to the doctor. The doctor's like, "She's 8 centimeters dilated. We
There's no
cannot
time.
give her fentanyl. If we give her fentanyl, the baby's going to come out drowsy. She may have issues breathing." So I'm like, "Look, it's up to you, but whatever is best for the baby." She's like, "No, fuck it." I've never seen this woman in this much pain before. And I just want to say my girlfriend is a fucking beast because she went through the whole thing with absolutely no pain medication. And in 2 pushes, my little baby was brought into the world.
Yay!
Damn.
This is Charlie. She is the newest member of the family. So this is what I've been doing all week. Just taking care of the baby, going to work and stuff and just trying to be a good dad to this one right now. And I'm waiting for Mel to get back from dropping the daughter off at work so that she can take her to the other room.
Oh, you're
And
fine,
be
dude.
my loud
You're
self.
good. You're good.
But that's all I've been doing is just baby stuff. That's it. So thinking of all kinds of cosplays and stuff already that I can do with her while she's little. And I'm kind of hoping, it's all stuff I wanted to do with Sam. But Sam was she's not the nerdy type. I'm hoping that since Mel's a nerd and I'm a nerd, it rubs off on her, and she, for a little bit, is a nerd, even if it's just when she's little. I want to do the freaking Mandalorian cosplay with her as Grogu. Like, I think that would be like a great dad-daughter cosplay. So, yeah, it's crazy. I was almost done. I was at the finish line. At the finish line.
What did I say? Oh, you were at Bowser's Castle. You were right at the entrance of Bowser's Castle, dude.
And I went back to level 1-1.
Yep.
So Sam's gonna be 18 in November. So I was there. I was almost done, and I just started all over again. So yeah, that's it. That's all I've been doing. What about you, Bobby?
Well, as the only person right now that does not have kids, I have not been raising any just yet. Not to brag, but I am looking forward to it when I do have my own. My weekend, I worked. I worked for most of it. Friday, I went to a little Cinco de Mayo party at my one friend's house and ate, lots of chicken, lots of tacos, and all the good shit. And, had myself 3 Coronas. So that was my Friday night. Saturday was also another party. Me and my girlfriend went out with a few friends of ours. We were partying at the friend's house, and then we went to a bar, and we ended up with an air hockey tournament. And I think I came in second. I'll take second. I'm upset about it, but I'll take it. I can deal with that later.
It happens.
And then Sunday, I worked. And then I did chores when I came home. I went outside, smoked a cigar. I fucking fell asleep at 9 o'clock. My girlfriend called me at 10 saying, I just wanted to say goodnight. I'm like half up. I'm like, good night, honey. I love you. She's like, oh, that's so precious.
Rob, you're getting called out, by the way.
Yeah,
Word is you cheated.
No, I didn't cheat.
I hear otherwise.
But
Yeah.
we're talking about hockey, not, on his girlfriend kind of cheating.
Well, yes, for God's sake.
I was clarifying for the audio-only listeners.
I was going to say, you know what? That wasn't even a thought in my head. But
That wasn't a thought in my head either.
I can understand, I guess. Yeah.
I legitimately worked. So this next month, that's basically what I do 7 days a week. It's a great money earner, extra money earner, and all that. So that's what it is. And I got to watch this wonderful movie, although I've watched it about 500 times. So 501 was just fine.
Right? What the hell?
And then what else do I have to? That's it. Very simple. So that's all I got. Johnny, what do you have?
I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I didn't do shit this week. No, I honestly, man, just fucking did my dad thing, fucking clean up around the house, had to fucking finally cut the grass after fucking 8 goddamn days of rain and Noah's Ark bullshit.
Dude, I had to do it today, yep.
It was a good feeling, but it's like, fuck, dude, I got to cut it again anyways. Because
I'm glad I got it done today as opposed to Saturday, because it's 15 degrees cooler today.
Word. No, what the fuck did we do? I don't. Honestly, man, I think I just had a very low-key weekend because, I really didn't do shit. The one thing we literally left the house to go do extra was take the kid to a birthday party. And as soon as we got there and she saw, kids from her class that she was because at first she was like, yeah, I think I want you guys to hang out. And I'm like, you sure? I'm like, okay. And she got there and she saw, 4 friends that she knew. And I was like, hey, you want us to hang out? She's like, what? No, go. I was like, okay, see you. So
I forgot to say, I forgot I gave Steph her birthday present. These guys gave me the I had the idea, so these guys supported me on it. So I got her the Hogwarts Legacy for my PS5.
How'd that go?
Yeah,
great. It's huge. She loves it.
Nice.
But here's the funny thing: I'm sitting there, and it's Friday. I'm like, I got to wrap this thing. I'm like, how am I going to do this? So I got it, and I just wrapped it up. I'm like, okay, I need to put this in something bigger, so she doesn't know exactly what it is. All right, there's a box. Ooh, there's a slightly bigger box. Ooh, there's another bigger box.
Oh, yeah.
Russian stacking doll style.
Yep.
Love it. That's the best, dude.
And after she got it open up, she's like, I'm really glad you did that, because if it would just been wrapped, she's like, I knew exactly what it was.
That was funny.
That's
So
awesome.
I just wanted to say that before I forgot. So please continue, Big Johnny D.
No. I'm glad. I actually wanted to ask how that went because I was interested myself. No, other than that, so played a little bit of this new game, which if anybody's in the gaming thing, you've probably seen, called Redfall. Just dropped on Xbox, and it sucks.
So I've been hearing, yeah.
It sucks, but it's not like it's just like completely unplayable. First of all, I think most of the bad reviews are coming from PC play, which it's not optimized, and yeah, so it's obviously gonna like run like complete shit. But that doesn't go without saying that it doesn't have its own fucking issues. It does. Um, Easiest case in point is it's Vampire Borderlands. I feel like Borderlands could have literally did a vampire DLC and it would have been 1,000 times better. There's some cool attributes to it, but like, so like the cutscenes aren't cutscenes; they're motion comics. Don't do that. Either give me cutscenes or just make the character models fucking talk to me and shit in real fucking time. You know what I mean? Because like honestly, it's just kind of like, I don't know. It just seems cheaped out, and there's just a lot of glitches, dude. People, you're like the people you'll be playing with, they won't even be running; they'll just be straight up like across the fucking map, just like, hey, I'm running really fast.
I love glitches like that, though.
Yeah, dude. It's
Friday
just
the
like
13th came out, and there were
Oh,
glitches like
tons
that.
of glitches.
Oh, it was stupid. And I'm not saying like it's dude, obviously it's day one launch. New games, I no new game comes out 100%, dude, like first day anymore because they're too big. So I'm sure maybe with some time it'll get better. But like one thing, case in point, which pisses me off, is like so you'll be going to get ammo boxes, and they'll all pop up on your screen like grab X to hold, grab, you know what I mean, blah blah blah. But there'll be one which still pops up where everything else does, but it won't let you grab it until you get over. Like you gotta like find this like secret. You gotta find like her secret spot, and then once you hit that, then it'll let her grab. Like then you can get it, and it's like, what the fuck, dude? It's the same ammo and shit. Like it's just dumb shit like that. Um, I mean, we're still having fun because it's like the wife and I and some friends playing and shit like that. Tried out the new Ghostbusters update. That was cool as fuck still.
Oh, you finally got to try that.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I got to do that this week.
No, it was good shit. And then I feel like there was one. Oh, I did start watching Obi-Wan, which I'm
Hell
very
yeah.
much enjoying right now.
Oh, yeah.
I got to finish fucking.
But
Boba
now I need to restart it because my wife's pissed that I started it without her. So. Well, my buddy was like, really, he's like, you gotta watch it, man. You gotta watch it. He's like trying not to tell me all these things while like trying to tell me stuff. And I was like, all right, I'll watch it. So yeah, and then fucking watch this movie for the not 500th time like Bob, but maybe good like 50th time, I would say for sure. I definitely don't have as many zeros.
It's
on there.
none of our first watch. Just
No.
put it
No,
that
by
way.
any means, dude. But there's always stuff I still catch every time I watch it that I might have just missed a little bit before.
Yep, same.
Maybe just not noticed, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm ready to fucking talk about this shit
Let's
right
do
now.
it.
To which we are going to discuss Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning, which was March 22nd, 1985. Great fucking year. Because Johnny D came a month later. Scoobs, you want to give us that plot rundown?
All right, 5 years after killing the hockey mask killer Jason Voorhees, Tommy Jarvis has grown up in various mental hospitals, unable to get over the nightmares about Jason's return. When Tommy is sent to a rural halfway house in New Jersey for mentally disturbed teenagers, a series of grisly murders begin anew as another hockey mask killer begins killing off all the people at and around the residence. Has
All the
Jason
people.
returned from the dead to restart his killing spree? Has Tommy decided to take over the reign of Jason? Or has someone else? Directed by Danny Steinman, The Unseen, Savage Streets. Written by Martin Kitrosser, Model Behavior, Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, The Toy Maker.
Wow.
David Cohen, Hollywood Zap, The Treasure. And Danny Steinman. Produced by Timothy Silver, The X-Files, and Jane the Virgin. Bobby.
Starring Melanie Kinnaman, Thunder Alley, Best of the Best as Pam Roberts, John Shepard, Thunder Run, The Hunt for Red October as Tommy Jarvis, Shavar Ross, What's Love Got to Do with It? Family Matters as Reggie the Reckless Winter. Richard Young, Lords of the Deep, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade as Doctor. Dr. Matthew Letter. Dick Wynand, Paternity, Romantic Comedy as Roy Burns. Marco St. John, Hard Target, The Punisher as Sheriff Cal Tucker. Juliette Cummings, Psycho 3, Summer Party Massacre 2 as Robin. Jerry Pavlon, Big Trouble, Soul Man as Jake Patterson. Tiffany Helm, The Zoo Gang, Reformed Schoolgirls as Violet Meringue. Vernon Washington, The Dark, The Last Starfighter as George Winter. Debbie Sue Voorhees, where do we know that name from? Avenging Angel, Appointment with Fear as Tina. William Kasky Swahami, Swan, whatever.
Swam.
Listen, it's been a long
Swahami.
He didn't. He's not
Swahami.
swimming. He swam.
Sween. Butcher Baker, Nightmare Maker, War Party as Duke Johnson. Miguel A. Nunez Jr., Return of the Living Dead, Black Dynamite as Demon Winter. And the total body count for this film is 19, 22 including dream sequences. Chad?
Nice.
Yeah, that's one of the new things we added, by the way, guys. Just telling everybody out there.
Real quick, is Ethel on here?
I didn't put her in there on the list. No,
Oh,
there's a few. I probably should have, but it's what it is.
as I'm reading, I'm just like, someone's missing. Go ahead, continue.
Hi, Mel.
Sorry, wait a minute, Mel. Music by Harry Manfredini. Aces. God damn it, Bobby, you fuck. Aces, Iron Eagle 3, and Amber Story. Cinematography by Stephen L. Posey. Slumber Party Massacre, Savage Streets. Edited by Bruce Green. April Fool's Day, Cool Runnings. Effects and makeup by Real FX. Bachelor Party, The Outing. Distributed by Paramount Pictures. Runtime of 92 midgets. Rated R for mature audiences. Budget of 2.2 mil. Grossed 22 mil.
Damn.
Not bad.
That's turning a budget into something right there.
Okay,
Made
so
10 times
right
what it cost. Yep.
off the bat, I got to bring this up because it's been bothering me, this whole plot rundown and this whole thing. How many years after Part 4 did this take place?
Several.
No. What does it say
Several.
in the description? What does it say in the description now?
Several.
No, it says 5.
Where did
Now-
you find that specifically? Because I couldn't find that anywhere online. The 5.
I just got that off IMDb. The description.
really
Because
like everywhere else just has several. It leaves
because
it like ambiguous.
here's my issue. If it is 5 years, that means Tommy's only 15.
Dude, that
17.
dude looks 30.
That's what I'm getting at.
How old was he? I thought he was 12.
He was like 10. 10
No,
or
no. In this they say Tommy was 12.
He's
Oh, see, I
12?
think in the movie it said he was 10. See, they screwed it up themselves, but whatever.
The movie said 12.
He
But even
could
still,
pass
he
for a
don't look-
17-year-old.
No, the fuck he can't.
My kid looked old as fuck at 17.
You know what?
This guy
Wait,
looks like
wait,
he's
wait,
got
wait.
5 o'clock shadow. I'm sorry, no.
Wait. This is 1985 17-year-old. That's a whole different fucking shebang.
Yep.
I feel like Scoobs might have it on that one because
I could believe in him as a 17-year-old.
dude, think about like 85 17 versus like that's like 35 now.
Yeah,
you know
but
what?
Michael J. Fox looked more like a 17, 18-year-old in Back to the Future than this guy.
Yeah, but Michael J. Fox also looked 17 when that dude was 35 as well. Like he's kind
Yeah,
of
he looked like a teenager when he was
he's
in
like-
Spin City.
he's like Matthew Broderick. Like
Well-
it doesn't really work because they have very like young angelic faces.
Mhm.
All right, well, I know I'm still not buying that, but fine. But I'm just bringing that up because that just, to me,
Bro,
doesn't
we
fit.
always know that one dude in high school that was still of age, but somehow grew like a giant Amish beard in high school.
Well,
I was so jealous of that dude because there was always just
Me
like,
too. I'm still jealous
how
of
do you
that.
do that shit, dude?
One of my best friends, Sean, anytime we went somewhere, like we were in high school and we were at Pizza Hut and he got served pictures of beer.
That's awesome.
Then never
Oh,
even
that's
carded
awesome.
him. He's like 17 and he's getting pictures of beer. I was getting his beer.
You're clearly 40.
All right, but no. Anyway, like I said, I'm not buying he's 15. He just looks older. But anyway, that was the only thing I just had to bring up right away.
So, I mean, yeah, dude, even 17 is a kind of a hard pass.
But
'cause
still,
he's
he
definitely got that
he would have had to have been
shadow.
but he still had to be a teenager for him to be at that halfway house.
I would have said 19 at best. Like push it to the oldest you can go,
Yeah.
and then you're like, okay, he's at the because like, and obviously you can't put part 6 into the concept, but I
Not
always
yet,
do
anyway.
regardless because I'm like, yeah, but continuation. And I'm like, well, wait, how old is he there? And he's macking on the sheriff's daughter, who's like clearly 19. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, because he looks way. I mean, of course,
He's in his 30s for sure by then, but maybe
Yeah.
not. I don't know. Maybe he's supposed to be late 20s.
I would say, for part 6, he's definitely got to be like 21 or 23. Has to be.
I would so yeah.
I'll say 21.
I mean, I wouldn't say 30 because at that point,
No.
I was thinking 25 maybe.
At most.
But anyways, we're not talking 6. We're talking 5.
Anyway, we'll talk
We
about
don't,
that.
we don't even know how much of a time skip there is between 5 and 6 anyway.
Right.
They don't even-
And that's why I was very questioned on this because and I'm glad Bob brought that up right in the get-go because this movie clearly does not state at all.
Okay, we just need to say for the record that the Friday the 13th franchise has the worst timeline
Does
to
it?
begin with. Yes.
Does
Well,
it?
it's one of
Yes.
them.
Does
It's one.
it?
It's
Yes.
one of them.
It's one of the worst
I think
timelines.
Halloween takes that flag.
No, Halloween actually makes more sense. A lot more sense
Eh.
timeline wise.
I don't know about that.
In
Well, what do you-
what
well, actually,
fucking
no.
manufactured
Halloween-
universe
Halloween-
is that?
Okay, well,
Halloween-
I'm okay. So when you figure it into it and you do the math, like Jason Goes to Hell ends up taking place in like 2003 or 2009 if you're going through the
All right.
years progression.
Yeah.
When I think of like, I know they are part of it, but they're I don't know 9 after anything 9 and after I consider just OG 8. Like if you're gonna consider that, mark that up with Halloween 1 through 6, like that kind of time. Like I don't know, man.
Well, see, but Halloween still makes sense because 4 is legit 10 years later, 5 is 1 year later, 6 is 6 years after. 5, they all match up to the actual time they are.
Maybe I just hate the way the movies go. Whereas
I
in
think-
Friday 13th, I like how they get. I feel they get kind of better.
Yeah, no, the
You're not
timeline
wrong.
for
Somewhat.
no, you're not. But the timeline for Halloween does match up a little better. A lot
Now,
better.
I feel like, and I could be wrong, this is the first one where, like, even though as violent as this one is, this is the one that starts marking more towards the pull-away kills.
Yes, which was I was gonna bring that up because it kind of and I've seen this movie 100 times at least, and it
I feel like I
never
remember more scenes of violence.
it never annoyed me until watching it last night, where it was just cut away. I'm like, why? What the fuck? Like when he's killing the greasers in the car, or he puts the machete across the deck and it's just a quick pull away, and then you just see like the blood. Like, no, what the fuck, man? Come on.
It was the MPAA at the time. They were strict on horror movies.
Yeah,
Well, that's
and
lame.
then yeah, pretty much.
Because, like, honestly, like, you should have seen the axe to the cokehead girl's gullet. Like,
Yeah.
that's not an issue. Like, we've seen that a million times over. And that's the thing is, like, we saw the machete to the dude's top of the head, so we could see that impact, but you couldn't see the axe to her stomach. I don't know.
Like I said, there was more graphic scenes shot that got cut. A lot.
Which, yeah, that's upsetting. It's always upsetting when we don't get that, and we never will.
I'm not sure. Out of all of them, I'm not sure which was butchered more, this or Part 7.
7, yeah,
Probably
but,
7.
I don't know
yeah.
because there's
Well-
we know what was cut out of 7. We haven't seen what was cut out of 5. There was quite a bit.
True, but from the scenes that were cut in 7, you do see a lot of blood.
I feel like, dude, like 5 specifically, like you could have, because like with the road flare, like it was kind of a quick zoom in. You could have had a way more like holding the hair, fucking shoving it in the mouth, like way more visceral. However, though, I want to say this movie, like I said in the beginning, it was cool because for some reason I always kind of forget you get to see Dream Jason or Part 4 Jason, whatever you want to call him, more than Roy himself or faux Jason.
Yeah. So who's the
Nightmare-
killer in this movie?
Wait. Before we get there, so NECA has the Nightmare Jason as well
Yeah,
as
it is.
5 Jason. Remind me again, who modeled for that Nightmare Jason on the box?
I think it was Bob,
Me.
and I think Bob also have ruined people's sex lives.
He
because
did.
of that.
He did.
I say it all the
Yeah,
time to people who have it. I said, I have been in your home. You just don't know it. And they look at the box and then they can't get my face out of their mind. I'm like, I hope you're having sex tonight. You're looking at the box, and I'm just like, so
Fucking
I
A,
said,
dude.
I've made it into thousands of people's homes faster than any killer ever has.
God damn it! I'm gonna go hide my box now.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Oh
But-
man.
So all right. So real quick, who's the killer in this movie? Just.
Roy.
So we don't see him very long, right?
I mean, we see him throughout the movie.
Right, but I mean, as a hockey masked killer.
No, not till the very third act.
Okay, that's all I needed for that question. I'll bring
That's
it
what
up
I
in
would.
another-
That's what I would say.
I'm going to bring it up in another movie when we get to it. There's a reason
I know where
why.
you're going, but I'm going to argue that this is Jason.
No.
And like I say, I feel like Jason's evil spirit, his revenant, whatever you wanna call it, is latched onto Tommy because Tommy killed him. He's just kind of shadowing Tommy. He's always there, and it's obvious because Tommy's going a little crazy. He keeps seeing Jason. He's not just imagining he's seeing Jason. He is actually seeing Jason. Jason's there. He's the only one that can see him because he's latched onto him. And like I said, the murders at Pinehurst, nothing happens until Tommy gets there. Jason's ghost is influencing as soon as he gets there. It gets into Vic's mind, and he kills Joey. And then Roy sees the body, and Roy's just absolutely shocked, and his mind is like a complete blank slate at that moment, which makes it able for Jason to kind of take possession.
And that
then at
makes
the
sense.
end, when Roy dies, the Jason
Oh.
spirit latches back onto Tommy, which is evident when he's in the hospital.
But then if that's all true, then there's another movie that a lot of people hate that they shouldn't, if that's true to a degree. Well,
Yes.
We'll talk about that when we get there. But
Yes.
So
that's what I'm trying to get at. But
I like that theory because in one scene in question, and it's actually when Tommy finally shows back up after doing fucking nothing in the very last act, and he opens the doors and he's like, Jason! And then Roy turns around as
exactly, Heather.
as if he knows him. And you know what? That would kind of explain that whole interaction of why it would be. Because to me, I'm like, well, Roy wouldn't give two flying fucks if somebody was calling him Jason. I mean, even though he's still
and if you notice,
in the character,
when
but,
he turns around and faces Tommy, he recognizes him.
right, and that's what
There's
I thought was
recognition in
kind of
his eyes.
yeah, and that's what I thought was kind of
Because he looks at him, his eyes get real big.
Yeah,
But-
they do.
And I mean, well, I would love for that to be the case. The sheriff still throws out that he was just copying Jason from a few counties over because he had the articles on him.
That's true. With a picture that someone took of him.
Yeah.
But my
Yeah,
question
which
is,
I never understood those articles
what
of Jason.
I don't,
Yeah.
under-
Taking a
what
picture
I
of him
don't
in the mask.
understand is where did he get those articles from? Because
Well,
those murders happened years ago.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
You could go find him at a
What the
newspaper.
hell's something flesh? What the fuck is it called? With the
Uh,
old newspapers. God damn it, I can't even think of the name.
Microfiche.
microfiche.
But it was they were like the legit newspaper articles though.
I mean, it
Well,
may
You
yeah.
had to find them in some kind of archive.
We don't
and-
know.
Yeah.
We don't know Roy's backstory. We don't know. Maybe he lived in Crystal Lake during the time of the murders, or because Crystal Lake was only a few counties over. So who knows? I mean, he may have grown up in Crystal Lake. He may have known the legends of Jason. Maybe he was an obsessed kid that clipped those articles because, oh shit, this was like our town thing, And then when he saw his son die, he snapped. And the reason I like this movie so much is because it shows that anybody can put the mask on and be Jason. Anybody. Doesn't matter who the fuck you are. But
you got something to add there, Bobby?
go on, Bobby.
No, it's not for this movie. We'll just leave it there.
Oh god.
I will
that's funny.
remember all this for down the line. That's
I
all I'm
hope,
gonna say.
be sure to watch this episode when we get to that
Yeah,
one.
Bobby
I will.
doing that, all I could think of was freaking Ace Ventura.
But
I can only keep it contained for so long.
But that's where all right, we're talking about this, but that's where the contradiction gets in. But on this movie itself, as far as Roy, I mean, back then you could go find those newspapers at an archives because every town has it.
Yeah, every
You literally go to,
library
like,
had-
At the town hall of the library, hey, I want to look up newspaper clippings from, let's just say, 5 years ago, because if this is taking place in Jersey, Jason's known. That's known now after 5 years. That's nobody's getting past that.
Oh, that would have been more than just Jersey. Everybody would have known.
Well,
that.
so exactly. So all he'd have to say is, "I'm looking for newspaper clippings on Jason Voorhees." They're not going to say no to him.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
I mean, and with him being a paramedic, also, he.
I'm still standing by my theory.
No, and I love your theory and I love it because it adds to that spiritual aspect of it, and that's what I want. I want Jason to be this spiritual demon or monster, revenant, whatever the fuck he is.
Revenant.
That's what I want. But of course, we have
He's Scorpion,
no
man.
canon
More Scorpion
shit.
than a Deadite.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. Well, I have another theory for that, but again, we say that when we get there. All I'm going to say. But
That's how I always took it as. I was just like, yeah, he's a Scorpion. He's literally a fucking remnant.
But
whatever.
but yeah, in terms of him getting the newspaper, like I said, that anybody could do that,
So,
especially in '85.
all right,
so.
we're talking about the newspaper. Were you guys okay with the exposition dump right at the end like that? 'Cause
Yeah.
personally, I kind of wish we got a little bit, maybe more from Roy's, maybe like initial look on his son, something more like. We know what the fuck's going on, so we could see all the little tid points of where they're putting Roy, and you're like, ah. But if the first time watching, you know what I mean? Like, you might not quite put that together.
I think the reason for that is the ending wasn't really written.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when it came to time to reveal,
They're like, why is this dude doing this again?
They had to remind the audience of who he was because nobody recognized him from just showing his face.
Yeah.
So that's why he had exposition like that.
And that's kind of like, I mean, yes, you can see the shock on his face when he initially sees his son dead, and everything like that. But I feel you only really know to pay attention to that once you've already watched the movie.
After you know the big twist, yep.
Right. So that's why I'm just saying, like, I wish there was maybe just a little bit more nuggets of something there. Maybe they dropped his last name, and that's why you can at least like keep seeing like close-ups of like Roy's badge, so you can see the I don't know, something, you know.
See, for me, I like the idea of his exposition at the end because even though it just still keeps the mystery, and then they find out that it is him, it's still that oh shit moment of wait, that wasn't.
I just didn't know if it was too much of a dump.
So I just thought of something with Chad's theory of Jason, of Jason entering Roy's body. It could make sense. It could. Even maybe Jason is the one who went to get those articles or had those articles or knew where those articles were stashed and was reading about himself or some shit.
Could be.
It's possible. So wait, so the kid that initially killed the kid, would you say that he also had the Jason spirit, or that kid was just
Vic,
nuts?
it had to have been him for a little bit. Yeah,
you could have been influenced like that little devil standing on your shoulder.
Was it just that, or just because like the aura of Tommy and himself, like anybody around him, it kind of affects? Almost like a madness disease.
It could be a little bit of both, for all I know.
Yeah, maybe.
I just loved all the red herrings that the shots of Roy at first when he sees the kid or whatever, and the camera just stays on him a little bit too long.
Just a little bit extra.
And then you never know where the fuck Tommy is. So then it's like, fuck, could it be Tommy? Like, could Tommy have snapped? Which I would have loved for that to have happened.
Okay, so that was one of the red herrings. Was that there's another red herring where it's the drifter?
Yeah,
it was
the random drifter that's in 2 scenes.
And Victor escaping from the police custody was another possible red herring.
Ooh,
see, and like I said, we never see Vic die. So
no, we never
Roy
did.
killed everybody that had nothing to do with his fucking son's death.
And that's what I said, but like the boys mentioned, that motherfucker was in custody, so Roy would have had a hell of a time getting to him.
Well, see, now what you just said, Scoop, kind of also brings me back to the first movie. Pamela Voorhees killed a lot of people who had nothing to do with her son's death.
No.
Well, yeah, man, that was just fucking crazy. That was Rampage, dude.
Well, yeah, but that's that's what it is for Roy at this point. It's a matter of you're all at this place, you still somehow let it happen.
Yeah, but I think Pamela was already kind of crazy having to, raise Jason on her own and, having to deal with that mental stress of having a kid in his situation and him already being picked on in camp and killing initially the two, the counselors back in the 50s.
To get
So
it
she
shut
was
down.
already fucking batshit crazy. So the camp opening back up triggered that
But-
PTSD.
Exactly.
And
But
True,
that-
but
she
the
still
trigger for
killed-
Roy is
she-
still a death.
Right,
is
she
what I
still
mean.
killed those two initial after the death of her son. And then obviously Roy, his son was special needs too.
Yeah.
But he did the more of like, yeah, we're gonna dump this kid off. He still tried to watch him from afar.
Yeah.
But he
there
didn't.
was a lot of special needs kids in here, especially
Yes.
Junior.
Going back to the whole, going back to the whole Pamela
Bro.
killing those two. Going back to Pamela killing those two. Was there more than that she killed?
In like what 59?
Yeah,
I don't think
Two
so.
that we
never
know
hear
of.
about it. Yeah, two that we know
because it's never
of.
really specified.
Yeah.
You think that she wouldn't have stopped at just those two?
I think she did that so they would close the camp, reopen it. So there probably was more every time they tried to reopen.
I always just figured like one of those were the lifeguards that weren't watching them, so that's why
They
she,
probably
like,
both
pinpointed
were.
those down. Yeah, or that, or possibly
she just
that too.
caught them having sex and knew that's why her son
Right,
died.
that
and
was the
flipped.
trigger. It was like,
was the
how
trigger.
dare you?
You sons of bitches! Like my kid just died. Like what the fuck?
But yeah, so and then for Roy, it's you literally killed his son. He knew that was his son, obviously. But for him, the trigger was right then and there. The only difference
But
is
it
his
just
wasn't
kind of
over years, it was
doesn't
over a
make
night.
sense though, because like I said, he killed everybody except the people that were or the person that was actually at
Involved.
fault. Now, those other people that were around him, Roy doesn't know if they took care of him. He doesn't know if they were fucking bullying him or not. He doesn't know anything except that his kid died and this person killed it.
Okay,
Now,
but
for
just
me, as a father, I'd go after, regardless of the fucking cop or not, or in police custody, I would have figured something out. Now,
Okay,
of
but
course,
just-
for the movie,
that could also lend more evidence to my theory where it's Jason possessing, whereas Roy would want to go after the person that killed his son, and Jason just wants to kill anybody and everybody in sight.
And Roy possessing would make sense, especially because he burst through the fucking door
Rage
like
mode.
Bro,
fucking Jason.
and
And through Gramps'
hucked Grandpa like a shot put through
Yeah.
a fucking window.
And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, adrenaline will not fucking do that. I don't give a
No.
fuck how pissed you are. I don't care how much fucking adrenaline you have pumping through your veins. You ain't bursting through a motherfucking door like that.
I
Here's my
tried.
here's my other issue. Also, speaking of which, so we know about like 20 minutes in this movie or whatever, people start dying. The cops the next day see those two guys on the side of the road. They were killed. I love how the cops are just not like the guy just goes, looks like we got a maniac on the loose, and nobody's thinking in their head like we just had a problem in the county over 5 years ago. Yes, he's dead, but why are we not taking a bigger initiative to be like, we really got to nail this shit?
Well, because he's dead, and they.
But still, a maniac on the loose 5 years after one is gone, you would still be like, have we improved? No.
Well, I think that's they wanted to do that, and the mayor said no.
Mayor was a cock.
Yes,
he was.
He was
Yeah, he
horrible.
And those 50 greaser guys, like 80s was such a weird love for the 50s, dude.
I don't-
Oh yeah.
I don't remember
Hold on,
anybody in the 80s
Dressing like that?
Yeah,
my uncle.
I'm
did.
sure there was
Really?
like
My uncle was a greaser in the 80s.
I was saying, I'm sure there was. I mean, dude, there's definitely greaser culture in Japan now still, but like,
One of my good friends still dresses like that
yeah,
in 2023. Yeah,
there you go, man. Whatever, man. You find a style you like.
Yeah.
I dress like Fred Durst from 2003, so it's all good, dude. Like,
if I still had
It is what
my
it
blonde, bleach blonde, spiky hair, I'd have my Dave Williams going on from Drowning Pool.
yeah, there
you
you
look
go.
like Guy Fieri.
Hey, going to Flavor Town. All right. Let's see. What do we want to see about this movie? All right. So we talked about the greaser dudes, which that aesthetic is just.
I gotta
weird
go.
nonetheless.
And who goes and takes a crap in the middle of the fucking woods with no toilet paper? Nasty ass son bitch.
Wait, I thought he was just taking a piss.
No, he
No.
says I gotta go take a crap.
He does.
Really?
Yes.
I hope he
Red
grabs
tat
some-
tat tattooey. Red tat tat tattooey.
Fix
All
the
right,
fucking car.
You know what? That to me, the whole reason like that was just so ridiculous is because that dude had to kill time on film while they were setting up whatever they were setting
Yeah.
up off the offside.
Yeah.
And they were just like, yo, man, just
Hum a
ad-lib
tune.
this
I'll
shit.
come up with something. Okay. Red, do. Come on, fix the motherfucking car.
Either you fix the fucking car or you're a dead man.
That's
And
hilarious.
dude, you walk right by your friend, and your friend is face down in the fucking motor, not moving. Like,
Yeah, because that's how you work on an engine.
exactly.
Take a
Like,
snooze right
Jesus.
here. Don't mind me.
I've seen some engine parts are really hard to get to. You have to reach way back. Like
yeah,
that.
but usually you hear
That's
somebody
possible.
swearing. You see him move
Yeah,
a little bit.
Constantly, yeah.
You hear
Yeah.
an ow fuck.
Hey,
Uh,
the guy still had that afterglow of just taking a really good shit, so cut him a little slack.
So
Brody
I don't
brings
think
up
he did. I don't think he ever had contact with.
I don't think
his
he had
I think it was a
contact, but
secret.
I
I
was
think he
just
just
about to
kept
say.
tabs on him. Really,
Yeah, right.
He had
I-
donkey brains, so they put him in the system.
I think he had contact with us some way before, but he might not remember.
Oh man, the chocolate all over that dude just looked like poop.
oh god,
Oh, dude, that scene. that scene
I got
always.
I hate it.
That is.
Chocolate
It's.
bars.
It's like.
It's so
it's
gross.
so cringe. It's so cringe now.
when
like,
he
even,
came walking out of the house, he had one in his hand and
I
one
like the
in
one
every
right hitting
fucking
dude.
pocket. He had like
Yes.
Yeah.
two here.
Bro, he was decked. Like if he had cargo pants, oh my god, his
He was.
butt-
He was
Dude.
walking diabetes. Is what
He was Mr. Goodbar.
He would have
I got-
died in a few years anyways. So
I got 2 chocolate bars. Don't tell the girls.
Bitch, you got more than 2.
He did. He had one.
man, it's so gross. But yes, that intro is it definitely doesn't hold up with the times per se.
But you know the intro of the the way
I mean,
the
it
movie
works.
starts, the way the
Oh.
movie started was great.
Yeah.
You
So,
know, we
like-
get to see Corey Feldman back at it again. I think they filmed that in his backyard. If I remember hearing that somewhere.
I've heard it was his backyard. I heard it was his neighbor's backyard. So I don't
Yeah,
know. Maybe
they filmed it
shared.
in a
Probably.
backyard.
It could
because
be
he
like a
was filming-
shared backyard.
He was filming Goonies
He
at
was
the
Yes.
time.
doing- He was
The
doing
He was
Goonies.
filming Goonies.
That's why
so
he couldn't. They originally wanted him to come back and do this, but he couldn't because he was doing Goonies already. So
Yeah.
when he had a break in filming for that, he had a weekend free that he could do this.
Yeah. And I loved seeing that version of Jason. I wish they would have made it like a little bit rotted or something, because you see his hand and it's just all clean and
That
Well, keep in mind, it's a dream sequence.
I know
so
it's a dream. I know.
That's,
I know.
That's
it's a
also
dream,
that's also. I was sitting there with like, why would they bury somebody that shallow? And I was like, well, it's a dream, so
but, yeah.
you don't really think rationally in dreams, so that would make sense that way.
And I love how that kind of comes to reality in the next one.
Mhm.
With him, but he's the one actually going to fucking. But we'll talk about that next month.
That was my other issue, and I still have it now. Roy, I don't know about you guys. Some of you, and I'm not saying you're old, we're here in the 80s. Did anybody else see a cowl of that caliber on a shelf somewhere?
A what?
The cowl
Cowl,
that he's
like the
wearing.
hat,
His
the
cowl
hood.
with his head coming out. Anybody else?
No.
I don't know.
Unless
I
you
was born in
work for an
85,
effects
so-
company, I don't think you were finding that. That I never understood that part, but
I mean, unless he just found a mask, bought it, and cut the face out. Let's just say, movie
I know.
masks that exist in movie universes are way better than the masks. some of
Always,
us have,
dude.
in
I-
the
Look
stores.
at Michael Myers' mask. and then go
Exactly.
Spirit Halloween and look at a Michael Myers mask.
I know because
Exactly.
even on the figure here, like I look at that and I'm like, I wasn't born in the 80s. The only way you found that because the other problem is on that mask he has, it does have the slit for the machete.
Yeah,
Yes.
it does.
It's just
It
clean.
does.
It's just clean.
It's
Okay,
just
so
clean.
going back to the whole Michael Myers thing. Okay, so that's what always gets me, especially in part 4, where they go into the drugstore and there's all those nice masks. Like I was in drugstores in 1988.
It was
They didn't
not.
have-
the-
They did
none
not
of
have
that
good
shit.
masks like that.
Nope.
Fuck
It was
no,
those
dude.
hard plastic fucking masks that you couldn't fucking breathe in. You had to fucking take them off because your face was covered in fucking sweat.
Yep.
And they're usually like cutting into your nose.
Yeah,
your
or right
eyes
here
or
on your
something
mouth.
Like that.
Like
Yep.
on your mouth.
You
like,
could get masks like that from a legit Halloween mask, like a costume shop. You weren't getting those in a fucking drugstore in
or
1988.
if you stuck your tongue through the little slit and it got stuck in. Ah!
Oh, that hurt. Yeah. Did that all the time as a kid.
Brody says, what kind of mental place lets the patients have weapons? Well, I think they were very selective with, and maybe like Chad's idea is starting to make more sense now because maybe Vic didn't have that kind of mental issue and he was able to use, maybe he had some kind of like aggression issue or
Well, I'm
something,
not
but
sure
he
what-
used it.
Yeah.
What weapons is Brody talking about?
Because he had the axe. He was chopping wood.
Yeah, he had the
Yeah.
axe. He was chopping wood. But maybe he didn't have, or maybe that
That was
was
just that
part
wasn't
of
really a
his.
weapon per se. That was a tool they needed to chop firewood. That was
Right,
Yeah.
but I feel like this is
like I don't
also
think
just
they
like a
were allowed
mental-
weapons. I don't think they were allowed weapons because the first thing Tommy did when he got in his room was he took his pocket knife and hid it under his mattress.
No.
Yeah, but
True. I mean, I would just take it as more as because these kids aren't like, they're not like full on loony bin.
Okay,
They just have some issues, obviously some distress and shit.
two
but-
reasons. One, it was the '80s, man, and
And
two,
what was different? Gun racks and trucks, bro.
America.
America. Fuck yeah.
that's true. But
Heather's not wrong either because with Silver Shamrock, weren't they in a gas station?
Yeah.
Didn't really
uh,
Okay, but
No, not-
those masks
yes.
would be more believable than the Michael Myers one. Those I could actually see because they weren't like
It was
I
just
don't
a
know, they're
movie
pretty
quality.
still pretty
You know, like-
solid.
they were, but
But obviously that dude wanted to mass distribute them bitches. So
that's just true.
But I love this movie. This movie it gets a lot of hate. A lot of people shit on it because it's not Jason. It's not Jason. But that's why I love it.
never mind.
It's
That's
one of
why
the
I
more
love it.
it's one of the more solid entries, and I would put
Yeah.
this above most of them. I'd definitely put it above Part 7 any day of the week. And people love Part 7.
see, Part 7 is a nostalgia thing for me.
Yeah.
And I can fully admit
Same,
to that.
but this one stands
no,
the test
like-
of time better than Part 7 does.
No, it does. You're 100% right because I watch Part 7 now and the little kid inside me is like, fuck yeah, because this is the first one I saw. And I like redheads with big titties.
Yeah.
But
Part 5 is
watching
the
it
first one.
now, yeah, you're just
Part
like,
5 is the first one I definitely remember seeing. At least the
Oh,
first
okay.
uncut one I've seen. I think I might have seen Part 2 on basic like TV or whatever at some point before that. But
Yeah.
Part 5 is the first one I watched. We rented, and it's the first one I saw from beginning to end.
Nope. Part 7 was my aunt had it specifically. She only had that one on VHS, but I remember like just growing up as a kid, like, I want to watch this.
And
I
Part
need to
7,
watch
I
this.
love Part 7 because that's when we get the hulking Jason. Kane was so like
shoulder breathing.
the shoulder breathing. Yes, like dude, and everybody does that now. And everybody does is a fucking, as a cosplayer, for me, I always have to tell myself, don't do the fucking arm thing. Like,
No.
everybody does the fucking arm thing. Like, it only works for Kane. Kane is the only one that can fucking do that.
Going with Heather's comment, Heather, the reason why I'm frustrated is because if that theory stands true for this movie, it makes another one in this franchise, which a lot of people hate, and yet they love this. Not people in this chat, but there's people that are like, I love Part 5. Well, what about a certain other one? Oh, it's trash. I'm like,
Well, I think,
I'm like,
For
you
completely
gave me-
different reasons.
yeah, for different reasons, though.
First
It's
of all,
not-
but at
bro,
the same-
he doesn't look
but-
like he has a testicle head in this one. Or any
but
of the other
yeah,
ones.
but the problem is
Not
They're
noggin.
not wearing a Canadian tuxedo. And he's not, I could keep going
But-
on.
But it's still Jason. But then we're gonna say he's getting possessing people in
90s
this one too.
action ninja moves and sound effects.
No.
Every-
We got
I-
ninja
I-
moves in this one.
Yes, we certainly
But
did.
not like sound effects of like flipping and all this other fucking like. Yeah.
I don't know.
So-
You got some good punching and kicking sound effects. Not like that, but they were up there.
I'm just saying, man, if Jason can possess and shit, dude, Tommy would definitely be the fittest motherfucker to get in
right.
by
Dude,
the end because that dude
that-
is fucking.
he was
spelled
ripped in this movie. Literally
Yeah.
ripped.
Like that's why it's
One-
like, wait, how old is this dude?
That's what I
What?
mean.
You know, when he's sitting there and he's taking those pills and you see him in the mirror, like, holy shit, dude's got a fucking sick.
They were steroids. They were fucking steroids. That's what they were. They weren't crazy pills.
So he wasn't angry. He had roid
No.
rage.
They had roid rage. That's all it was.
So can we talk about one of the saddest deaths? And that's oh my god, what the hell was the name? It was the dude that had the stutter. I feel like his death was sad, dude. Because
No,
it was
he
just
was-
like, oh damn, dude. He got laughed at for trying to shoot a shot. And then he got told to piss off.
No, I
And
was
he got,
like,
got told to piss
"Oh."
off when he's trying to
Bad
talk.
after.
talk
She
to someone
felt
about it.
bad after and went back to. I think she would have given him a second chance had he not taken the meat cleaver in
Hashtag-
the face.
I
Violet.
don't think it would have been a second chance. I would have been think like I'm sorry I reacted that way, but you're not my type. That's what it would. I think that's really.
I mean, she was topless, so I figured she was open for it. But that
Well,
was
she's
her
also-
bed, right?
I think
that wasn't
way-
his bed. Like she
I
wasn't
think the
expecting-
reason she laughed as hard as she did is the way he worded it. And I want to make love with you, and that's just a weird way to say it.
Well, he also probably doesn't know how to say it.
True.
I mean,
It kind
You
of
gotta
caught her off guard.
Hey, yeah, but he had the balls to say it. So
Did
I give
anybody
him
have
all that
sex in
credit.
this movie?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
Debbie
other than them,
Voorhees.
yeah,
No.
other than them.
And then, no.
No, and if you had the
Uh,
3-minute scene, you
I
wouldn't
mean,
need anyone else.
Definitely.
Mm.
I mean, at some point, Demon and his lady did for sure before they died off. But
And the cokeheads were going to.
There was a lot
clearly.
of crap taken in this movie.
there was. And
Some
you know what?
damn
Jen
enchiladas.
Damn it.
Damn
was yelling at
enchiladas.
him. Jen was yelling at him. She's like, "Will you just get out of the goddamn bathroom?" Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Well, if she didn't come over and fucking interrupt him and just let him do his business, he probably would be going." I'm like, first of all, I'm like, he's in the second stage of the poop. She's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, he got the first brunt out. That's when you see the I'm like, now he's got to wait for the settle and then the stomach to release the second extra little small package
Well,
that always
I-
holds out 20 minutes later.
I can see the look on your wife's face just going.
No, she's like, "Is this you?" And I was like, "Yes, exactly. This is all dudes."
dude, and right.
You don't want to be in there 20 minutes later. You got to get it all out. That way
Gotta
you're
get
just
it out.
good.
Yep.
Well, sometimes I'm in there 20 minutes because, TikTok takes over.
No.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, you don't want to go in there quick and then have to be back in there 20 minutes
Oh,
later.
yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Follow-up. That you didn't take care of in the time. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I'm sometimes the same way when I got to take a pee. I'm like, is it all out? Nah, there's a little more drop there.
What are you,
Oh,
fucking
dude.
80 years old?
I
No,
drink
man.
a lot of
Listen,
water.
I've done the Austin Powers move before. Where I'm just
See?
like, what the fuck is going on? How am I pissing this goddamn much, dude? Like, you just like that's one of those days where you drink more water than you ever expected. Like you're like 3 times down the amount that you normally would be. And you just fucking. It's one of those ones where you got to switch hands on the wall because
Yeah, you're
like,
like,
Yeah.
fuck.
fuck. You're like,
Alright,
oh,
yeah,
god
yeah.
damn it, dude.
Sometimes I
Yeah.
got to put both up there and just let it dangle. Like, let me know when you're ready, big guy.
I goes right for the middle stall just to fucking assert dominance and then fucking double hands the wall.
God damn.
All right.
Oh, fuck.
Continuing on. I don't
Hey,
know.
what's up, Sean?
Hi, Sean.
That's why it's
Oh,
called the shit show.
I
Fucking
think
A,
we need
dude.
to bring in a certain someone here.
All right, yeah, we can hear from the DKB.
Because we're about an
Unfortunately-
hour in and he hasn't been in yet.
Fucking hey,
Yeah.
thanks, Bob. You're right.
Yeah, we owe him that.
All right, so unfortunately, he couldn't be live with us today, but he did send us in a video, so thank him for that, and we'll get to that right now.
Well, howdy fucking doody there, folks. It's your DKB back for another episode of Gore N More, and this week I'm here to talk to you about Friday the 13th, part 5. Yeah, sorry if my review's a little bit short this week. I'm just currently on holidays at the moment. But yeah, I'm going to be also very biased about how much I appreciate this film. And look, I will admit it's not a masterpiece or a perfect film. It has its fucking flaws, most definitely. But this was the very first film that introduced me to the Friday the 13th franchise. This is the very first film that I'd seen, so obviously it drew me in. I was loving what I was seeing, and that rest is history. So yeah. So I like how it's definitely a more take on a Scooby-Doo episode of this whodunit slasher-esque type film, with bulk amounts of fucking violence and fantastic practical effects have spread it out through comedic elements between the characters themselves. For an example, obviously Ethel and her man-baby son, just the dialogue between them two is absolutely fucking fantastic. And when the violence takes those two out of creative kills, even they somewhat feel funny at times as well. It all comes down to the blocking from the director, and how he was able to achieve that, and I think it works extremely well. So yeah, as for the kills, as I was saying before, I think they're fucking absolutely incredible. They're brutal as fucking creative. I think this is the film in the Friday the 13th franchise that has the most kills out of the whole lot. So yeah, they were definitely going hard with this film, and that's awesome. That's all I could ask for with a film like this. So I actually enjoyed the twist of this film. When I seen it as a kid, it blew me away. I really didn't see it coming because I wasn't looking too much into films, especially back then.
Right.
But now that I've
It'll
gone
be
back
like
and
Jason
seen it,
kills. Yeah.
they laid on pretty thick at the start of the film, especially when that when one of the kids die and then this other character comes in and you just see it written all over his face. You're like, I really should have picked up on that at the start of the film. They just rubbed that right in my face. But I still think it works today. If you just sort of go in blind, not knowing anything about this film, you just want to have a fun time with it, and you're just like, yeah, I still think it's effective. And that's definitely what helps create that whodunit slasher film. I think is fantastic. When you go back and watch the first 4 and then you see this film and then you're like, I definitely understand. So, yeah. So I really like the visual representation of Jason in this film. It's very simple and yet somewhat effective for me personally. Having gone back and watching the other Jason films with the hockey mask, I think this one's definitely far more superior in terms of look to them. For me, that's just my opinion. That's a hot take, I know. But like I was saying, it just comes back to that nostalgia. Very first film I watched, I honestly thought this was Jason. I thought this was the Jason until I watched the other films. Anywho, moving on to the portrayal of Jason, I thought it was done absolutely fucking fantastic, especially, like I keep saying, when you see the twist at the end of the film, you go back and rewatch this film and how the actor himself was able to portray Jason in the mindset of, like, revenge. That, like, I thought the body posture and the movements were actually pretty goddamn fucking intimidating, especially the scenes and how the director was able to frame the actor playing Jason in this film, and just that, staunch and overall presence of fear and intimidating his victims. I thought it was done absolutely wonderfully throughout the director's vision with this film and how he was able to block those scenes. Good shit indeed. So yeah, I really enjoy this hockey mask. I think it's definitely one of the best of the franchise. I like the overall tone and shape of it to fit the actor's head.
I do like
the simple and little blue
Yes, I
streaks
agree.
on its cheeks. And if you don't like it, you want to fucking start shit. Come on, motherfucker. I'll fucking go, you. Fucking go, you. Stop. So, a huge shout out to the actor portraying Tommy in this film, who I thought done a fucking fantastic job. Definitely capture that realism of a young lad suffering from mental illness, a few fucking head demons happening, and how he was able to showcase that, bring that to life through the character itself, dealing with
music helped
such
with that
heavy
too.
fucking themes. And I like how he was able to reflect that in certain scenes throughout the characters, sharing the scenes with the characters. It really felt like he had distanced himself from the rest of the cast and the crew, and
Definitely
then just
did.
sort of come in and did his shit to really capture that realism. But I would love to hear from the actor himself and, just tell us from his own personal thoughts of how he was able to bring that to life, because I thought it was captured extremely fucking well. So yeah, basically, if you haven't seen this film, I encourage you to go out and see it. It's definitely an underappreciated gem. A lot of people fucking shit on it because of the twist, and when you see the twist, you'll definitely understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's not to be taken too fucking serious. It's just a fun movie with bulk violence and awesome shit happening throughout the entire film. It's funny, it's entertaining. I mean, it's everything that a horror film has, and it fulfills
Everyone
my
attack Joe.
expectations. Despite all that nostalgia. If I never had any of that nostalgia, I'd still enjoy this film for what it is. It's a little bit different to the other films. It has different elements about it than the other films, at least. So, yeah. Gore N More score. I'm going to have to give this a Gore N More score. I really fucking enjoy this film, and I'm going to give it a 4.4.
Oh,
Fuck
wow.
yeah.
He went higher
This is
than I thought.
DKB signing out. I hope you motherfuckers have a good evening, and I will catch you next week. Cheers, gentlemen.
All right. Thank you, Brody.
Yeah.
Right.
Holy shit. 4.4. You went higher than I expected.
I thought he was going to go 4.2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although he is right, Tom
4 to
Morgan
4.2,
did do a
but yeah.
damn good job as the poster and
Damn.
regular Jason.
Nice. 4.4.
Like I said, the music, especially in the hallucination scenes, really helps.
Yeah.
Like it's you don't really notice it so much when you're watching the movie, but if you get a chance, get a copy of the isolated score by Harry Manfredini. La La Land Records has it. You can find it on, I think Amazon. You can stream it on Spotify. But he did a really amazing job with the score, and there's like these little like vocal parts during the hallucination scenes where you can just feel like it was meant to convey the mental damage in Tommy's
Just like
brain.
mental break.
Yeah.
Nice.
My hands down the best score out of all of them. And this is actually, believe it or not, the first full score he did since part 2. Part 3 and part 4, he only did
All rehash, right?
Yeah, most of it was rehash. He did a few new tracks, and that was it.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And then part 6 was also a complete.
Part 6 was all new. Then 7 and 8 they had Tom Mullen.
Fred Mullen.
Fred Mullen, sorry, yes. And then they went back to Manfredini for the rest.
Yes.
Okay. So, all right. Thank you once again, Brody, for that
Yes.
breakdown. And you know what? I'm glad you brought up the mask because that was one thing we didn't talk about. And yeah, man, I like the different color chevrons.
Yep.
And I like the different shape of it, almost a little oversized.
And that was supposed to be another clue that this wasn't the real Jason.
Which I feel like that was the most dead giveaway. You're like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, that's not the red
But
chevron.
I love the look of the mask in this.
Yeah, it's
It
a great
is,
fucking
actually
solid
is a
mask.
good looking mask.
I
I
mean,
think they used one of the stunt masks
Did they?
to recolor this one, and then this mask that's on Hallucination Jason is the Part 4 mask.
Yeah, that makes sense. I will say what's a little my nerd tidbit, but in MKX, dude, when they had Jason, his alternate had a Roy mask, and I fucking loved it, dude. It was more it was chromed out, but it had the blue fucking chevrons.
Dude, I love
So it was
playing
like-
I don't
Roy
even remember
in the
that, so I'm
game,
not
in the
too
Friday
bad.
13th game. Like, I would play.
He
as
was one of the
Roy all
main ones
time.
that they start you right off with, though.
Yeah.
It's either what him or Park.
No. Well, maybe after the update. I remember playing it before the update when you only had 2.
When I
3, and
first got
6,
it-
I think. I don't remember.
When I first got it, it was like Roy, then I think maybe Part 3 and 2.
I don't remember, but I remember when I first got it. I got it the day it came out on a physical copy, and
Yeah, I
and they didn't have the Part 5 update yet. And one of my favorite glitches of the game was in Pinehurst. If you were playing as Jason in Pinehurst, you go into the actual Pinehurst house and hit the wall with any of your weapons, and these rainbow sparks would just fly everywhere.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Man, I can always still ever think of that stupid video of all the Chads dancing.
That's so funny.
Like it'll never not be in my memory.
That is
dude.
hilarious. That's the best.
It's like Friday 13th game. Insert that.
But I
What?
remember another one of my favorite glitches, and I don't even remember taking a whole video of this for the whole match, but somebody glitched just as they were getting killed by Jason. So you see their dead counselor body like this, like you were getting choked, but they're still alive, and the body is just floating around. It's like that old lady in House on Haunted Hill.
That
Oh,
shit.
God.
There was, I think, my favorite glitch is the one
It just
at
says
least
it
that I
still
saw.
does that rainbow sparks glitch too, by the way.
Oh, I
Oh,
bet.
shit.
There was one that we were playing with, and I think it was. I thought somebody was supposed to be Part 4, but it like mutated somehow, and it was like spawned Part 9.
Dude, one of the
But then it didn't have a mask, so it just looked like this weird blob testicle thing. Like
okay, no joke. One of the coolest glitches I saw, and this was at the end of the match when Jason's walking back to the shack, was his body was literally just like body parts. Like there's his shoulders like this big eyeball and stuff. I have like one small screenshot of it. That happened twice, and it was the coolest thing.
so many of them, dude. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I should really download this shit on PC so I could play like the fucking the newer, like the updated
Uber
Jason's
Jason,
on it
yeah.
shit. Yeah, dude.
I need to put it in my system and just play it again. It's been a minute.
All right, so I feel like we've discussed pretty much a lot of the shit that we can discuss right now
Yes.
because we're obviously an hour. We'll discuss more once we get to our main questions.
Mm-hmm.
Spread them
Um,
cheeks.
Yeah, so spread them cheeks, Chad.
Okay, I'm gonna have to pick and choose because I've got like 5 pages of behind the scenes.
Holy
Pick
Pick and
Pick
choose
a
your
good one.
favorite 8.
So, well, that's gonna be
Favorite
hard
8.
to do. I mean, I know we already touched on some of this. So, Friday the 13th producer Frank Mancuso Jr. didn't get on with the film's director at all. Mancuso called him a pervert and called the film a softcore porn sex movie rather than a slasher horror film.
Not wrong in a lot of ways.
Wait,
Okay,
was he talking about vengeance?
Oh.
Sorry. Anyways,
Okay, I think we mentioned our last episode that Ted White was offered the chance to play Jason in this, but turned it down and regretted that decision.
Yeah, we did.
We already talked about Feldman. Without counting laughing or yelling, the Tommy Jarvis character says only 24 words throughout the entire film.
so he doesn't speak a lot at all.
Mhm.
But you can see everything in his face. And
Yeah.
he portrayed that very well.
Right? He
Oh,
definitely was
sorry.
dealing with some shit.
Yes.
Mhm.
Tommy's opening dream was different in the original script and arguably made him seem more of a suspect later on. It opens as a continuation of the ending of the previous film, as a young Tommy is taken to the same hospital as Jason's corpse. Then, in a sudden fit of psychotic rage, he winds up attacking half the hospital staff, trying to get to the morgue to finally find the body. When Jason suddenly rises from the autopsy table. Immediately after this, the adult Tommy wakes up in the van en route to the Pinehurst house.
That sounds cool as fuck.
That would have been cool as shit.
Yeah, that would have been
That's
fucking wicked.
that's the opening they would have used if Feldman wasn't busy filming Goonies.
Oh. I mean, what we got was cool nonetheless. Don't get me
Yes.
wrong.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
definitely.
But that sounds
Somebody make it happen on
fantastic, dude.
AI.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God, dude, that's not good. No, because you know all those movies that we come up with at the end of these shows.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I
Give it
cannot
10
wait.
years.
I cannot wait until AI is like, hey guys, so this would have been cooler if this happened. Check out what I did on AI.
But
Make it
then
fucking
you're like,
happen,
yo, AI, fuck you. Like, I want to be in one of these roles, so you're gonna put me in this role. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Let's see what AI. Let's see what Big Johnny D would look like as Johnny Cage.
Yeah, right.
Okay, Melanie Kinnaman claims her favorite scenes in the film are the ones where she's wearing the wet see-through T-shirt. She felt she didn't look good in the film until they turned the sprinklers on.
Wait, what?
Basically-
Did it look good?
She felt she didn't
Oh.
look attractive until she had a wet shirt on.
I mean,
God bless you, ma'am.
I mean, it helped.
I mean, I thought she was cute before that, so I got
Yeah,
no problem.
Alright.
She wasn't the greatest, but she wasn't
I
bad.
feel like I mean, it is. I don't know what it is, man, but like, wet woman is just hot.
Mm-hmm. That's like I said, when it comes down to the most attractive character, it's going to be hard to pick because there are a lot of beautiful people in this movie, and I feel like we're all going to have a different pick entirely.
I feel like John and I will probably be the same.
I'm thinking that too, but we'll see.
Maybe. I might have a curveball for y'all. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll
We'll
see.
Okay, let's see. Where else can we go with this? Kim mentioned that it took 9 trips to the MPAA before it finally got an R rating. Before that, there was the graphic sex and violence got an X rating. This is what I was telling. This was telling you about.
It got an X rating? Holy
Yeah.
shit.
The scene of Lana and Billy was originally written for Friday the 13th, the final chapter, but for reasons unknown wasn't used and put into this film instead. Now, that doesn't mean that actual scene was like those two characters. There was a film scene shot for part 4 that was exactly like this, that for whatever reason they felt they didn't need it for the movie, so they just kind of reused it and remade it for this movie.
I mean, I appreciate that we still got it.
Yeah.
So
Gave us extra titties.
Wait, who? What did her whole family disowned her because of that scene? Who?
The rain scene? I'm guessing it was the rain scene. That was what we were talking about.
I was gonna say, well, yeah.
Which I don't understand why. It's not like she was running around fully naked with her bush hanging out.
Yeah.
No, man. Yeah, like what? You could kind of see your boobs through her wet top, but
There was never mind. There was a woman with her boobs all the way out, and that woman didn't get disowned.
There was a couple. Okay, but no. Okay, so going
Anyway.
back, the moment when Lana looks in the mirror, bares her breasts, and cries "Showtime" was not in the original script. The actress Rebecca Wood had recently seen All That Jazz, in which Roy Scheider's character does something similar. She told the director about her idea, and he loved it.
All right.
So she wasn't even originally supposed to show her titties.
God bless you and your amazing ideas, man.
Right?
I'm
saying.
This is the first film in the entire series where Jason is actually referred to by his full name, Jason Voorhees. In part 1, 2, and 4, he's only referred to as Jason, while he is not referred to by name at all in part 3.
That's true.
He's not.
Yeah.
God, I'm so glad they didn't keep that rape scene in 3.
Same.
Oh God.
I don't know why, like that. That's where
The
my heart went.
implication of it was enough.
For real, dude. Because you're just like, wait,
Yeah.
how did she get back to her house? What the fuck just happened? What? We're not going to talk about that. Just keep going on. Keep moving.
New Beginnings editor Bruce Green had previously been an assistant editor to future Oscar-winning editor Michael Kahn on both Raiders of the Lost Ark and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Kahn put his neck on the line for Green, offering to edit A New Beginning for free if the producers didn't like the job that Green did.
Wow.
That's
All right.
ballsy.
That is
literally.
very ballsy.
It's a lot of editing, potentially.
After this film, director Danny Steinman was lined up to direct a further 5 movies, but they all fell through. He was involved in a horrible bicycle accident that almost killed him not long after A New Beginning was released, and he spent years recuperating from it and never returned to filmmaking despite many attempts.
That's why I don't ride a bike.
Shit. Okay. Damn.
Like, how fucked up was that accident that he had to recuperate that long?
Maybe he got hit by a car.
I
That's
think
what he had to
it's
have.
got to
I'm
be something
guessing.
like
Yeah.
that.
Like, that car had to have been going at a high rate of speed,
Yeah.
too.
Trapped
Juliet
his ass.
Cummings, who played Robin, was a U.S. Olympic gymnast for 14 years before getting into acting.
And none of that was used for this movie. What the fuck?
None at all. They
Terrible.
wasted opportunity.
Terrible,
You
terrible.
could have wrote a scene real quick. They're like, all right, we need you to do them gymnastics here.
Yeah, do some gymnastic shit.
And you get
Just
chopped
for the
right.
hell of it.
Right.
That'd be too derivative of part 3, though.
This movie's
Yeah.
derivative of some other movies, but we're just going to leave that alone.
This is true. According to director Danny Steinman and co-stars Travar Ross, Dominic Brascia, and Debussy Voorhees, there were a few minor problems with lead actor John Shepard being standoffish during the shoot, a malfunctioning ring machine that held up filming of the finale, and makeup effects having to be cut or worked around during editing after Paramount deemed them subpar, but production otherwise wasn't too problematic. On the other hand, Shepard himself, lead actress Melanie Kinnaman, co-star Dick Wyand, and stuntman Tom Morga have alleged that Steinman spent most of the shoot binging on cocaine and veered between being verbally abusive to most of the cast and so high off his ass that the cinematographer had to direct certain scenes only cleaning up his act on days when Ross's mother was on set.
Oh shit.
It was the 80s.
Yeah.
It was the 80s. You know,
Yeah,
everybody was on coke back then.
yeah, but to say that he was the one that was mainly doing it, I don't know why I'm not surprised. I'm not.
Sounds like the set of fucking Maximum Overdrive. It's all good.
Yeah.
The dude was
God.
the dude directed porn before this, so what do you expect?
Yeah.
Explains a lot. You know what though, man? But like, how many people directed porn before they went to horror?
Wes Craven.
A lot, right?
Mhm.
Reportedly, Darcy DeMoss was originally hired for the role of Tina, we all know this, but she was fired after refusing to perform the nude scenes required for the role. But according to DeMoss in an interview, she said she backed out of the project when the director asked her to take off her shirt and show her breast during her audition. DeMoss would later appear in the next installment, where she also refused to appear topless, even though she had said she had no issue with nudity.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would feel very like why? Like, why does that need to be in the audition? Be like, well, we need to see your boobs. Gotta make sure there's not one like lopsided. I don't know.
You just have to make sure you don't have 3 nipples. All right.
Hey, man, Marky Mark's done topless scenes, and he's got that third fucking stuff.
Dick Warlock was the stunt coordinator on A New Beginning. He's also known for playing Myers in Halloween 2. During the filming of A New Beginning, Warlock and fellow stuntman Tom Morga, who played as Jason and stunt double Dick Wyand, both posed for pictures on set dressed as Jason and Michael Myers, respectively. And I think we've all seen those pictures.
I like how he says he was his stunt double, yet if you look at Dick Wyand's body language and look at Tom Morga, it's
They're
all
not-
Tom.
yeah.
It's all Tom Morga. He's not a stunt double. He was.
So
He was
I watched-
Jason in The Mask. He was the hallucination. The only time Dick Ween was used was when
Was
we
the Roy
saw
scene.
Roy and when we saw the face at the end.
Well, I watched the behind the scenes on the Blu-ray, and they were talking to Dick, or not to Jesus Christ, the fuck's
To
his name?
Tom, yeah.
No, to Tom and Dick.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Dick was saying, he didn't understand why Tom wanted to learn the way he walked and the way he moved, and they had to explain to him that as a stuntman, he needed to move and walk like him so that the scenes weren't off. So they ended up just using.
I watched that same thing
Yeah.
this morning.
Yeah.
No shit.
Oh
All right.
shit! What up, Big Ed?
What's up?
So, sir,
During the filming of the scene where Tommy sees Jason outside of his window, as Tom Morgan is standing there on set as Jason, Morgan was not seeing actor John Shepard, who played Tommy from the window, as it's shown in the film, but was actually seeing Dick Warlock in the window mooning him.
Yep.
Dick Warlock tells that story. He's like, I'm up in the window by the camera. I'm mooning him.
It's a nice little Halloween shot.
I think they even brought that up in that behind the scenes, didn't they, Steve?
Yeah.
They also,
That's
it's in Crystal Lake Memories too. Dick Warlock was laughing his ass off.
That's awesome. What else we got, Chad Daddy?
Okay. The only cast members who knew the killer was Roy the paramedic were Melanie Kinnaman, John Shepard, stuntman Tom Morga, and of course Dick Wyan. However, when it came time to film the big reveal, they all knew the twist ending was horrible. In fact, they filmed Roy's death scene twice. No one believed the audience would be able to just see the unmasked man and instantly remember him as the paramedic. That's why, like we said, they did the exposition there scene at the end.
Big old dump. All right.
Ethel's death scene was originally more graphic. There was a prosthetic head made that showed the machete forcefully destroying her face. It was deemed too graphic by the MPAA, and the shot was removed.
Damn it.
Ooh.
I wonder if
Bill
any of
Wendy
this stuff
Destiner.
still exists.
I don't think it does. Or we would have
Alternate
seen it.
universe.
Get Variant Steve on the phone.
Damn you, Variant Steve, you son of a bitch. You get all the cool movies.
In the rest of the series, and during most of Part 5, the chant can be heard when the murderer is nearby. This is symbolic of Jason telling Mrs. Voorhees to kill, Mom, kill. However, in the final scene, you can hear the chant ta ta ta, which is symbolic of Tommy's psyche telling him to kill, Tommy, kill.
Oh.
I think had this movie been more successful, that's what the next movie would have really been.
Dude,
Which
I would have
okay with
dug
that.
that flip of the script.
I would have too, but then again, I love Part 6.
But it was the perfect setup. Like I said, it was the perfect setup that anybody could be Jason. Anybody could don the mask.
They even tossed around the idea of Reggie being the killer in the next one.
And yeah, he said, he's like, they offered us Part 6, but they were going to kill me off, and he just goes, no.
I don't know, man. I think Tommy going nuts.
This movie did it better than fucking Halloween Ends. That's all I'm saying.
I wouldn't even compare.
Anything's better than Halloween Ends.
Yeah.
But I'm saying with them, but they could have set it up where Corey was, just how this movie set up, where Tommy could have been the next Jason.
Right.
That's what could have happened with the fucking last Halloween movie, and I would have fucking loved it that much.
They could, but if they were going to go that route, they should have introduced Corey at least one movie earlier.
Right.
Well, he should have been in all. He should have
been in the whole
from
trilogy.
beginning.
Yes.
You know what?
Yeah,
you didn't even need him in the second one. You could have had him at the first one, like at the dance or something like that, if he was that same age group as daughter. I don't know. Whatever. But what else we got, Shannon Daddy?
Rebecca Wood, who played Lana, had a lot of fun filming her death scene to the point where she walked down the street with the axe glued to her head. Wait, she didn't get the axe to the head, though.
Wait, what?
It said to get to the point where she walked down the street with the axe glued to her head, but she might have just had it. But acting like a zombie, causing people passing by to freak out, not knowing if a movie was being filmed up ahead. Rebecca stated she had a lot of laughs doing it.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Yeah.
Maybe she just put a prosthetic on.
She
and
might
just
have.
fucking decided.
Yeah.
She might have just used the prop that killed the other guy.
Yeah, it works, right? Fuck it.
The scene in which Pam attacks Roy with a chainsaw was shot on Halloween night, 1984.
Huh.
Awesome.
The big surprise at the end of the movie is the reverse of most slasher films. Instead of being shocked by who the killer is, we're shocked by who the killer is not.
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun.
It's not Jason!
And it's not Tommy.
Right.
And finally, just this last little thing that I found just by chance, Tiffany Helm, who played Violet, is the real-life daughter of Brooke Bundy, who played
Nightmare on Elm
Kristen's
Street
mom.
Part
Yeah.
3. Yeah.
Kristen's mom, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and 4.
You know, her mom actually talks about in what is it, the Nightmare on Elm Street documentary. She actually talks about like her and her daughter. She's like, my daughter was in Friday 5, and then we had a little bit of a rough patch at that time with each other, but they patched it up way since then and everything.
All right.
And that's everything. Well, that's not everything. I had more, but I skipped.
Say like you said, you had 5 pages.
Yeah,
so-
5 pages.
That is cream of the crop right there.
All right.
Cream of the crop.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we are on to the main questions. Gentlemen, what format did you watch this on?
Scream Factory Blu-ray.
Scream Factory Blu-ray.
Yeah, same. Scream Factory Blu-ray.
That, but the digital version of it.
So not that, because Scream Factory doesn't do digital. You
No.
buyer.
But whatever digital version I have that's
Bullshit.
HDX and it sounds
Bless you, Bobby.
I don't give a shit.
Bullshit. Gino, my buddy Gene Smith's in the
No,
chat.
I have that. Like I said,
Yeah.
I have
Gene.
the $20 fucking Walmart 8-pack, but the digital's got upgraded.
So
to
do
the
I.
HDX, so I don't care. I got HDX. I'm good. Douche of the film.
That could go to a couple people. The
Yes, they could.
the
We'll go
mayor
Vic.
for one, Vic.
Poor Vic just wanted to be left alone, though.
You could even put it on. Well, no, you actually can't. No, never mind.
The mayor.
Yeah, the mayor.
Yeah, but is he the
yeah.
biggest douche? I mean,
I mean,
is
He was
odd.
basically the mayor from Jaws.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
But without him, yeah, if
with
it
a
wasn't
smaller
for,
town.
if it wasn't for him being a dick, they could have actually gotten some hell.
I'm gonna.
Wait, no. That other paramedic who looks at Roy and says, "Come on, Roy, get your hands dirty." I say he's
They
a
called
prick
the
because,
called the kids a bunch of pussies.
yeah.
You know, Ethel was
Joe
kind
wants
of a
to give it
douche.
to Reggie.
I'm giving it to Ethel. She was very douchey.
Yeah,
She
but her
really
son
threatened to
was
blow them up with
her
a
son was a
bomb.
fucking.
Yeah,
her
She
son was
so
ridiculous.
hilarious.
You know, so
Told the
I'm gonna go.
cops she had a
She
bomb.
was hilarious. Don't get me wrong. She was fucking great.
I'm-
but she was douchey as shit.
Okay,
I'm gonna go with
I'll-
Junior.
I'll agree.
You're gonna go with Junior?
Yeah, Junior was. I fucking hated Junior. so
You know what?
much.
I'm going with Bob. I hate
I'm with
Junior.
Bob. Yeah, I'm giving.
Junior
I'm
is
going Ethel.
absolutely.
I'll go mom.
Yeah.
Y'all go with the son.
He's not the
Fuck
douchiest,
Junior.
but he's just the shittiest
He was a
character for
dick.
sure.
Gene said Demon. Demon was the douche for him.
What?
Why?
Demon's literally
No
the
way,
best
I
side
love
character
Demon.
out of all Friday the 13th.
Gene,
I love
Gene.
Demon.
Come
Demon
on,
had the-
Gene.
Okay, so Demon had the best line in this and Return of the Living Dead, because in this one, that line of "You're gonna get it, bitch," makes me laugh every fucking time.
I laughed my
The way,
ass
yeah, the way
off.
he says, you're gonna get it.
You're gonna get it, bitch.
But obviously, like they're a good couple. You know, they're singing to each other while he's taking a poop and stuff, man. And
Which
who
so,
does it? Who does
so what do you think Reggie did, or Demon did? Like, I think was he think like a traveling musician kind of thing?
That's what I thought always.
oh, I never just
Was he
took
just
it.
a drifter
I just figured he just lived in his van and like fucking lived life
down by the
dude.
river,
Yeah,
down by the lake in this one?
Yeah,
down by the.
he was ahead of his time, dude. Like you know, that's what
He
everybody's
told
doing now.
stories to Chris Farley.
I don't know, man. I mean, like he had like all this like food and shit in his van. He clearly was living in his van. That's how I just took it as like, I don't know.
Oh, by the way, he was one of my favorite of the Council of Pimps in Black Dynamite.
Yeah.
With Mo Bitches.
Mo bitches.
Oh my god! You said Black Dynamite, but for some reason, fucking Undercover Brother was playing in my head, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not the right movie. Hold on.
I love
man.
Black Dynamite.
I enjoy both of those. All right, favorite kill. A lot of them,
There's good ones.
and some cutaway ones.
For me, I got to
Yeah,
go with
a lot of
the
cutaway
the
ones.
most memorable one in this one is probably the leather strap to the head.
Flair
That's
to the
always-
mouth.
That's a close second, but the leather strap always stuck in my head. Not like
Dis-
literally, figuratively.
Despite the editing, it is the most like obscure kill
Yes.
Yeah.
for sure. That is the one that I always think about when I think of Part 5. But
I'm torn between.
I wish we got more. Like I wish we saw the shear in the
Yeah.
impact of
Yeah,
the
that would've
shears,
been nice.
because the way he like snaps them together, like that would have been
And the
just
crunch.
nasty.
I'm torn between the shear and the flare.
Flair was
But I'm
good.
leaning towards the flare because we actually see the flare in
insert?
the
We
fucking
do,
mouth.
yes.
So I'm gonna say, for me, the flare.
That's why I'm going with the Flair too.
Fuck, dude. I gotta be honest with myself here. What are we going with? I think I have to go with the belt, man, because that's just the one that always sticks to me. Even though the editing's stupid and it flips each way, I don't care. I like it.
Yeah, because he's twisting the thing.
Yeah,
one
twist
way,
this way, but
then
then when
it
it's
goes
about
the other
to
way.
kill,
Just the other
yeah,
way.
it kills the other way.
I guess if you're going for like the most, that flare kill, that had to take a while
Flair
for him to
would
die.
hurt
Yeah.
because that shit obviously is not even supposed to go out in fucking shit weather.
No,
It's just
Yeah.
in the esophagus.
not only that, that Flair comes with the ultimate figure too.
Yes, it does.
There you go.
Yep.
That would hurt. I feel like if that'd definitely be the worst kill though, for sure. I have all ways to go. Let's see. Best scene.
You know, if I had to best scene, I like the scene where the girl Tiffany's dancing and Jason's coming up behind her.
Oh, when they're playing No Life in His Eyes,
Yeah,
doing the robot.
I do like that scene. I think for me, best scene is Tommy fucking up Junior with his kung fu moves.
Bro,
He just straight up
That
fucked
scene-
him up.
hey, that scene went a little bit longer than expected.
Mhm.
Always, I don't know why, but yeah, he definitely drop kicked his ass, dude.
Yeah, he did, and it.
I'm gonna have to agree with Gene. The axe scene. Vic just cutting the fuck out of.
Oh, right in the.
Is that the one you're talking about?
Are we talking
Yep,
right in the
yep,
beginning? Okay.
Yep, with Vic. Yeah.
With Poop Hands McGee. Okay.
Yeah, just because
Oh.
I mean, regardless of how annoying how annoying Poopy Hands was, it's a great setup because you're like, dude, this dude is fucking annoying, and then Vic is just kind of like, leave me the fuck alone, dude. Well, that's fine. Axe.
Jesus Christ.
This is one of those moments where it's like, don't laugh or you're going to hell.
Oh,
Well,
best
too late.
scene.
We're going to hell, buddy.
Best
Yeah,
scene.
this is what we'll be doing in hell.
Oh, yes.
So.
Oh man. Best scene. You know what?
Okay, Tommy.
No, because I gotta save that for our next one. Actually, if I'm gonna be true to myself. Fuck, man, I might have to go the Ninja Kick-Ass scene too, because that was just so random. But I mean, that dude was like ripped as shit, so you're kind of wondering if that was gonna come into play at all. So
Says Tina's boob scene. Oh,
fair.
Yeah.
That is one of
Fair.
the most memorable scenes as well.
That's also heartbreaking because of how much we didn't see.
Yes. Okay, so new question on the list: worst moment or scene. Mine for me is Junior riding around on his bike, just fucking yelling. That went on way too long. Like 2 passes that they showed the same footage. They didn't need to do that. You didn't need to do that.
There's a couple scenes because there's like right before the scene where the cleaver comes out and chops his head off. It shows that same scene before that without the cleaver twice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Goes by that tree. Goes up on the porch twice.
Hi, honey.
You know something? If I had to,
Fucking-
I actually will just agree with John on that because that's the one that really stands out. Like this was.
Oh my god, dude, that scene was just so like,
I'm gonna give it to the Greasers just because his song was fucking annoying.
Gonna kick your ass.
I'm with Scoob. That was the worst scene for me, and not just because of that, but it just made no sense in the context of this film.
That went way too long. And then my thing is, what the fuck was Roy doing out there in the middle of fucking nowhere?
I think he's just driving around in his ambulance, dude. Then he's like, you know what? Try this out. That was his first kills to see if he can go through with it. And he's like, all right, I got this shit.
Yeah.
Wait, Joe, you telling us the boob scene needed to be longer, or are you picking on John and saying Junior screaming and riding his motorcycle needed to be longer?
He's gonna write back both.
Joe,
He's
it's
gonna write
gonna
back
be-
both. He's gonna say both.
Yes.
He will.
I mean, that's the only correct answer. Oh man. All right, so everybody's got worst moment. So did opening scene hook you in?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, that was the
Yeah.
dream sequence. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
God damn
Just
it,
said
Joey.
Junior scream needed to be longer.
45.
45
Jesus
minutes.
Christ.
Oh, I wonder if there's a loop on you. There has to
there
be a
definitely
loop.
There's a
is.
10-hour
If
loop
not,
of
there
that
Oh
shit,
my
dude.
There should be.
God.
10
You
hours,
hear me,
always.
Mom? You gotta chop him and kill him.
You know what? There we
Oh,
go.
fuck.
Monster Mania cosplay. Let's do it.
Oh.
Just make a fake bike and just run around through people.
By the
Yeah.
way, and since we are talking about this, I would like to say rest in peace to the actress who played Ethel. She just passed not that long
Yes,
ago,
she did.
Well, not that long ago, yeah.
which I don't
Oh, no
remember if we
shit.
mentioned it or not, but yeah.
God damn it, Joe.
Joe, I thought you used Viagra. That's what I heard.
Not to sleep. That keeps you awake.
That needs
No,
to be,
that's what he
that needs to
said
be
to
Big
sleep.
Johnny D's new alarm.
Oh my God,
Get up
no.
in the morning.
I have an
Hey,
Android
there,
alarm that has that
big
nice
mama.
gentle alarm where you're like, ah. What? All right. Opening scene. Yes, we said yes.
Oh, yes.
Most attractive character.
Here
I
we
feel like
go.
we're all gonna have a different opinion, but you two might agree.
I don't know. I hear a train. Choo choo.
I
That's
heard
not-
the beginning.
that's
That's the
not-
Friday the 13th game.
Yeah. He fucking found it.
Please
Oh
tell
my
me it's a
God.
long loop.
No, it's just the fucking scene.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Most attractive character.
Ethel. That woman can cook some
She
stew.
made some good slop.
I like how it's. Never mind.
Oh, I'm joking. I know I said it in the chat, but I was joking.
Everybody said she
Hmm.
was like the sweetest person in reality.
I don't know. This is a tough one.
Like I said, there's a lot of beautiful people in this movie to pick from.
Yes,
I mean,
there
I'm
is.
gonna.
I'm going with Pam.
You want Pam?
She's. I was gonna go with her, but I'm honestly I keep going back to Violet.
I'm going Tina.
I knew somebody was gonna pick Tina. I almost wanted Robin too, but I just kept.
Wait,
going
which
back to
one's Violet?
The punk rock girl.
Oh, okay.
The one that, more than likely cuts herself. She was a cutter. She was
did.
definitely
She
a
was
cutter.
cute though.
You know what? I can't even find her on the list of actors, but I'm going Demon's girlfriend because you know what?
Ah,
Oh,
She's classy and she smokes the weed.
Yeah.
So yeah,
All right. Okay.
not going for cokehead Lana, huh?
no, I'm good on that. Lana has a weird thing for dudes that are twice her age because she has a weird.
Yeah,
bad
because
kid
that dude
for
was
sure.
old.
With bald spots and all that fun
Yeah,
stuff.
that my wife was like, that dude is 45 and she's clearly young 20s. I'm like, she might be later 20s.
I don't know. She looked older than 20s to me.
I was just like, first of all, I go, he might not be 45. I go, he can easily be 38, maybe even 35. She's like, what? She's like, nobody has receding hair like that. I'm like, bullshit. Because I got friends that were that bald before 30. And I'm
Yep.
like, and
Yeah.
George Costanza's 33 in fucking Seinfeld. So it's like, don't tell me that. It can't happen.
But this guy's bald spot was a perfect circle, for God's sakes.
Wow. Hey, man, it happens, dude. I've met some guys even at 20. They start bald.
My cousin John started losing his hair in his 20s. Yep.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if the mustache personally helps, but whatever.
No,
It's the
he
80s.
looks like he should be in porn. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh shit! What's up to everybody in the
What's up?
chat? Once again, we
Yes,
just
hello,
want to say
everybody.
hello.
Yes.
All right, so we
Onward.
got all our handsome, most attractive people out of the way. Did the score set the mood?
Oh,
Like I
Chad
said, I
Daddy
love it.
already
Yeah.
literally dropped the ball on that thing. Hootie said, "It's one of the best.
It is.
yes.
Yep.
One of the best." Yeah, Joe, we're all losing our hair. I got a bald spot right over me. Yeah,
I got a
don't say-
receding hairline. Yep.
Don't say all of us. I'm doing all right.
we haven't
coming.
hit 30
It's
yet.
coming. It's coming.
Dude,
Yeah, you're not even 30 yet.
You're
Shut
a
up.
puppy.
I am this year, fuckers.
You're still a young
You're a
pup.
puppy.
Well,
Yeah.
until you do, you're still
Yeah,
a
but
pup.
nobody on my mom's side or my dad's side lost their hair. So maybe I'll
Well,
be
good for you. Know what?
There's a first time for
God bless
everything.
you. God bless you. And you said you want kids, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Hey,
You'll get
I'll
gray
just
real
I'll
fast.
just shave my head and be like, I'm cool now.
Yeah, see, Chris is. I get it, dude. If it starts getting worse than this, dude, I already said I'm like, I'll fucking this will be gone. I don't give a shit. I'll be Mr. Clean. Fuck yeah. So best song, dude. I'm gonna go with His Eyes.
Yeah,
Not the
other
I
one.
actually
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
his
It's
eyes.
either this. It's either this or the song the
Never
fucking
told
greaser
life
was
in
singing.
his eyes.
No,
Yeah, no, absolutely fucking not.
no.
No.
Favorite character,
Demon.
bro.
Demon. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
He was cool as shit,
Or
man. Like,
Gramps is a pretty close second too.
yeah,
Actually-
Gramps.
Actually,
was
no.
close second, too.
I would go Gramps. Honestly,
Although even Demon's younger brother fucking is awesome, dude. Because
He
when
was-
like
he was cool.
when he's
I love
like,
when he's
"Yo,
talking-
hey baby, come here," when he's telling Pam, and she
Yeah,
just
he's
comes
my
over
girlfriend.
now,
My leg, girlfriend.
right? It's like, yeah. Well, hello, Pam.
yeah.
I love his reaction when he sees his brother's girlfriend. He's like, "Where did you find that?"
Right? Like, damn, dude. Way to objectify the poor lady. She did. She was cool with it. She was just sitting
She
there
was.
smoking a J.
Yeah, she was stoned
yeah.
off her rocker. She didn't care.
Fucking right, man. Eating enchiladas and tacos, dude. In a-
He's like naming all this shit, and I'm sitting there, and he's naming all this. I'm like, this is literally just everything from a gas station. Like
Oh,
this
yeah.
is all gas station food.
Whatever,
Damn
dude.
enchiladas.
Yeah,
That's why he had to run to the bathroom the way he did.
Yeah, that's that fucking gas station enchilada.
Bro,
Fuck
and
that.
that's those moments where it's like you feel the one bubble and you know you
Yeah.
got 5 minutes before you're like, oh God, no.
It becomes a whole tight little butt cheek situation.
I'm just.
That's
It is a good
Oh.
thing that shitter was as close to him as he was, because he was not going to make it if it wasn't.
no.
Mm-mm.
That's one of those moments where you're sitting there enjoying yourself, la di da, and all of a sudden it's like, oh.
I love that she gives him shit about the snakes too, though. Like, it's like, bitch, no shit
Yeah.
the fuck up. First of all, he already exploded. That snake would have been shit covered.
That
dude.
snake would have been
Yeah,
dead from that enchilada.
Spicy. Why is it spicy? All right.
Continue.
So was it scary?
Not for us.
Probably the first time he saw it.
First watch,
We've
yeah.
all
No,
seen
as a
it.
kid,
First watch
as a kid, yes, because I remember the barn scene specifically, kind of like freaking me out a little
Mhm.
bit. And shit.
Oh, so remember how last episode we talked about? Was it last episode when we were talking about John LaJoy
Yes,
and how? Okay,
I'm just
he did a
mad at-
song. He did a song about Part 5.
Fuck off! Did he
Really?
really?
There's a song about Part 5. Yes, let me find it for you. I'll
I'm-
pull it up for you and give it to send it to you.
Wait, who did this?
No
one? What?
way.
Yeah. I just remembered right now.
Well, you talk about the A New Beginning song, where he talks about the.
No. It's a song about Part 5.
Oh, okay, 'cause there's a
Um,
song that's literally about Deborah Voorhees and her nude scene.
Oh,
Yeah. It's where it's like he's
Yeah.
like a little kid
Yeah.
singing about it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I love that
So
song.
I've
it's
never
not
heard
under
it.
it's not under John LaJoy. It's under Wolfie's Just Fine. It's called A New Beginning, and it's literally him and his friends as little kids sitting around watching it, and like being in the fucking movie like while she dies and shit. Like
It's a really good
fucking
song.
We'll play it after the podcast so you can watch
Okay.
it, John.
There's a video for it too.
Yeah. There's a video.
I'm scrolling through the video right now. You know what? I think I've seen this video.
It's really cool. Like they did really good on it.
But and I love that the name of the band is a reference to T2.
Yeah.
Wolfie's
Oh, this
just
really
fine.
came out 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's not. Yeah, dude. His OG shit where he was just always wearing the fucking
The fucking Hawaiian shirt.
Hawaiian shirt.
Did you see when he eventually did finally meet her? He posted pictures all over Facebook. He's like, I finally
Yeah.
met her.
Yeah, he's like he fucking finally met her. Yeah.
Bro, if you like John LaJoy, you gotta watch The League. Oh my god, dude. Did you watch any of it yet? I know we talked about it. No.
No.
All right, whatever. Never mind. All right. So scary. Probably with
As a
time,
kid,
first
yes.
time,
As an
yes.
adult,
Okay. Hold up today.
I think so.
Yeah,
It is.
not
Yeah,
bad.
it holds up pretty good.
I think there could have been some maybe things that could be better, but that's every movie. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
yeah.
Except Alien. Alien's perfect.
possibly The Thing.
I agree with the thing too, and Alien.
yeah.
I'll even add The Shining up there too.
We needed more bear blowjobs personally, but that's just me.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. That was the acting.
It was pretty decent.
Yeah,
You know,
everybody did what
It's
they
a Friday the
needed to
13th
do.
film. It's not Shakespeare. You're not going to get Academy Awards for it. But it did.
Well, I still think John Shepard did really good for only speaking minimal amount of lines. I think his acting was on point
Yeah.
to show, a somebody suffering from PTSD and the
And he did, in preparation for this, he did 3 months of volunteer work at a mental hospital.
Oh no shit! I didn't know
Wow.
that at all. Damn.
Has he ever done a con? Does he do cons or anything?
He's
I
done
don't
them,
believe
but
so.
not-
He's
not
like a very
recently.
staunch Christian, so he's really distanced himself from this.
No shit.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think he has done them because I've seen him in like panels at in documentaries and shit. So
Yes, they do, Chris. Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Do we say acting? Can you do that?
yes, yes,
yeah.
Cinematography. Nothing really to.
nothing to write home about.
There was one scene. There was one scene that I loved,
Give me
and
it.
it reminded me of like an old scene from like Dragnet, the opening of Dragnet, where the fucking when the ambulance is pulling up and it's from the siren. Was the ambulance or the police car? And it's just like a shot from the siren following the top of the car.
You're saying that all I
Oh,
could
yeah.
think of was Police Squad, and they
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what it was like. Because I mean, even that was
and now
from,
that's
like,
all I
a
can
copy
hear
of,
is the
like, the old
fucking theme
Dragnet,
music for that.
and that's what it looked like. I was like, oh, that's cool. I thought that was a cool shot.
God damn it! Now I want to watch.
So
the
I
Breaking
like
Dawn.
the cinematography. It was good for a Friday 13th movie. I mean, it fit every other film
You
that
know
we
what?
had so far as bringing it for the movie.
Yes.
And the fact that we got that cool opening scenes just shot right in the backyard.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Yep.
Chris, yes, I did. Derek Mears. That's dope, dude. Dude's super nice.
He is.
Let's
Nice.
see. Say, Bob, you probably met him a few times, man.
I have.
Did we enjoy the premise?
Very much.
You know what? I
Yes.
did, because it made it a whodunit again,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yes.
which is pretty impressive for being the fifth one and not trying to do like the Scream thing where it's a whodunit every single fucking.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, well.
that's why I just don't know if I liked the full dump. It wasn't like a Scream long dump, but still, like, I don't know. It's too much of an exposition dump. Sometimes it's just like, you could have sprinkled this a little better throughout.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is
Yeah.
a better dump than the Scream one because it's always a whodunit and it's never who's imitating who.
Well,
No.
I wish they would have left some kind of clus.
Anything,
You know, maybe
yeah.
Roy dropped something. Like, you know
Right,
what I
like
mean?
the
Like, he
articles or
dropped, like,
something. That would have
yeah,
been
or
like,
like a
okay.
picture, or you know, he accidentally dropped his wallet or some shit, and maybe the driver's license wasn't in it, but the picture was. So who would have had a picture of this kid?
And you know what?
You know?
could have literally just had that scene happen between him and the guy who did the MT with him. You know what I mean? Like, maybe like he sees something fall out of his wallet and just calls him out on it. And then,
He's like, "Hey, you dropped this," and it's fucking like the article or something.
right, and then like Roy like
Yeah.
scrambles and like makes it looks a little nervous and shit. I don't know.
Wow.
But anyways, and then so the newest question was the
Ooh.
climax satisfying?
Oh, baby.
Oh.
So I guess
And yes,
this could
we
be
worded it
debate.
that way for
Yes.
intentionally.
This I guess we could discuss where would we consider the climax of this movie.
I would say in the barn
The barn up
from the
to
start,
it-
where Tommy,
Is it
Yep.
right
where
at
Tommy
the barn or
calls
right
him
before that? Like
Jason?
as soon as the rain
The-
hits, is that like is that
I would
final
say when-
That's
scene?
the start of the final
Well-
act, and the climax would be the fight scene in the barn.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then anything after that is the epilogue, the exposition, of the epilogue.
So climax for me, dude, is if it would be like when Tommy pops into the barn. and,
yeah.
like you finally get
Yeah.
that, like then yeah, dude.
They
I,
take that
I
face
Although I
off.
guess you could also say the climax is the very final scene too, where Tommy's wearing the mask. So you
So
could
in other
go.
words,
It's a secondary
Mhm.
climax.
You could say from the point in the barn to where we see him with the mask is the climax, and I would say, yeah, it's
yeah.
100%.
I mean,
It was a very satisfying payoff.
Yes.
I
For
mean, even
sure.
if it doesn't go all the way to the end and it ends with Roy dying and the mask coming off,
yeah.
that right there, that fucking did it for me. I was, oh shit, like
Yeah.
that wasn't Jason. That wasn't Jason in a new mask and new clothes. Like,
Well, and it was a
holy
good barn
shit.
fight too, because like you
Yeah.
got the fake out of him falling, and you're like, oh, psych, bitch, I'm still here. And then Tommy's got to get up there and fight a little bit. So it's like,
It's just too bad Tommy didn't get to use his kung fu against pseudo Jason.
right? Like I feel like he definitely would have held his own for sure.
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
definitely. Well, I don't know. Like I said, fucking Roy's bursting through doors and shit, so he had to have some kind of fucking
He took out a
rage
fucking
mode or
tractor.
something.
Yeah.
Which can we say how ridiculous that scene is? Because even that tractor at the highest speed, like anybody would have been like, okay, I'm just gonna walk this way.
Yeah.
He
Step-
just stands there.
Yep. He
He also
fucking
flies about 20 feet, and I'm like, there's no way.
right. He fucking takes that bitch like a champ. All right, recycle, rewind, remake, or reboot.
Rewind.
Just rewind.
I'm gonna agree. Rewind. All right, we're gonna rate this bitch. Brody started out high with a 4.4. Scuba, what do you got?
4.5.
4.5. Daddy,
I'll give it a 4.5 as well.
4.5.
It's a really strong entry.
Mm-hmm.
Bob,
Strong entry, but 4.2 for me.
4.2. And I'm gonna go with a 4.3.
All right.
So that gives us 4.4, 4.38. So,
Right.
Fucking Brody called
Fucking
it.
called it
Called that.
again.
Like always.
Richard gives us a solid 4. Heather also says 4. All right. Hell yeah. All right. So next episode.
Next
I know we mentioned
episode,
it last week, but it doesn't matter because we're going to mention it again.
we are finally going back and revisiting Final Destination with Final Destination 2. Will the opening scene hook you in? Yeah.
To the
It
no, you know we're going to change that. Did the opening scene scar your generation for the
Yeah.
last 20 years? Yes, it did.
Did the opening
Yes,
scene
it
give
did.
you an irrational fear of log trucks?
Personally, though, I
Yeah.
feel like that was something that was always an
Oh.
irrational fear, and they just were like, "Yeah, we're going
So-
to do it.
Yeah.
We're going to
So
fucking
we were
do it."
driving. I don't remember where we were going, and Mel's never seen the fucking movies, right? So we're driving, and I'm like, "Oh shit, Final Destination." She's like, "What are you talking about?" So I showed her the fucking scene. I think maybe we were going to my mom's house or something because we were driving across Texas, and I'm like, "Oh, here, watch this." While I'm driving next to this truck, it didn't have trees; it had like poles or something in it. They were carrying like fucking telephone poles or some shit.
That's
Yeah,
enough.
same difference. She's like, "Why would you show me this? What the hell is wrong
I
with you?"
love
I'm
those
like,
types of
"Ah."
reactions,
That's
dude.
great.
You're like, because I
So,
needed
yeah,
you to
she's
know
never
what
really
I was
watching that
talking
with me.
about. That's
Yeah, exactly.
that's fucking awesome. Yeah, dude. Number 2 was a good one. I never really watched anything past number 2.
Me neither.
I did. I mean, they just get more and more ridiculous. Basically, that's about.
They-
That's
But the kills are great.
I
no,
heard
they are.
though.
Great.
I heard though that by the end one it loops kind of full circle,
Yeah, everything goes
Yeah.
full circle.
which
Yeah.
you know what? I always appreciate when a series can do that. Dude.
Yeah.
What's up, Paranormal Activity? And you had to ruin it with your 6th
Yeah.
one. But
Yeah.
Oh, that one was caca.
the 5th one was
Don't
fantastic.
watch that one.
5th one was great, dude. If they had to do it with the 5th one or did something different with the 6th. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been
Yeah.
fine.
Never watched Next Kin yet.
I mean, you don't have to
That one's
you don't
caca.
have to necessarily acknowledge the 6th one. You could just
I
end
don't.
it at 5.
Yeah, because 5 was fantastic. It's just like, yeah, that's it. I hear a baby.
Aw,
Baby.
She agrees.
someone's hungry.
That's right. She agrees.
No, she's getting her diaper changed.
Ah.
Yeah. Oh man, is she out of the tar stage yet?
Yes, she is now onto the "I'm gonna explode in my diaper" phase.
Yeah, that driveway tar, man. That only lasts like
Yeah.
a couple days.
Yeah, it's only a couple days, and then after that, it's like, whoo.
But there's no smell to that tar. It's
No,
gross.
there's not.
It
There's
just
shit.
looks nasty.
Right.
It just looks gross.
It's like
yes.
fucking resin, dude.
But yeah, she's popping them off here and there, and we'll change her, and then like 10 minutes later, she's like, and the goddamn it, we just changed you.
Fucking right, dude. I remember that. Because you know what it is? That's clean toilet syndrome. You ever clean
Yeah.
your toilet in your house and then one of your family members instantly has to go take a shit in it like 5 minutes
Yep.
after the fact, and now you're pissed because you're like, no, you can't even let that be clean for 30 fucking minutes. What the fuck? I mean, I'm
Yeah,
guilty
Mel,
of it.
That's
at
why I
work,
clean it
dude.
when it's. That's why I clean it when everybody's gone.
Mel cleaned the toilet the other day, and I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
I don't even announce.
I'm guilty of it at work, dude. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like once they fucking open up the bathroom after they get to cleaning, I was like, woo, yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
go-
blow this shit up.
If someone ever questioned me, why are you going in there? I just cleaned it. I'll be like, you want me to shit on the floor? You want to clean that next? No, then shut up. At least it's
No,
going
man,
someplace
'cause
where it
you
goes
just-
down.
It's just-
No.
I don't know. Just nice to know when it's like fresh sheets. You know what I mean? Like
No, but see, fresh
nothing
sheets is a
feels-
different story.
nothing feels better than a fresh sheet, dude. Like,
Yes,
go
but
to-
fresh sheets are
it's
better.
the same
because-
story.
No. What do you
What's
dirty
better?
your sheets in 10
What's
seconds?
better? What's better? Fresh sheets or clean toilet?
fresh sheets?
Sheeting in the
toilet.
clean toilet.
That-
A fresh sheet in the clean toilet.
Right. There you go. Oh man. So nerd news. Biggest thing I got, man, is we potentially have our Johnny Cage for fucking Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah.
I
I'm
still don't.
Still,
I'm on the fence. I'm very on the fence.
I'm on the fence, but leaning more towards positive because obviously the dude, Carl Urban, we're talking is going to be potentially Johnny Cage.
Okay, I love
Fantastic,
I fucking love Carl
fantastic
Urban.
actor, right?
Yeah.
Like fantastic actor, totally could do it. I do understand that this movie series is taking liberty with the characters, so that's why things don't necessarily line up or won't necessarily line up. So, like, I guess my biggest beef is that the fact that they're making Johnny Cage already an aging actor and
Yeah.
not just a failed actor to which he's supposed to be, and then he's
Yeah.
trying to get his rise of stardom going versus as like, oh no, he was an actor and now he's at like the end of his career. And I'm like,
Like Jean-Claude Van Damme kind of.
yeah, like I mean, and that's who he was supposed to be anyway, so it
Yeah.
still kind of makes sense. But
this was supposed to be like.
I mean, I'm not saying he couldn't play 40 years old. He's 50 years old, even. They can make him look. They can make him be 40. That's all I gotta say.
I still feel that's all. I still feel the Miz was the perfect actor for the role, and it's not. It's not necessarily set in stone yet. We just know he's in final talks. As far as I know, it's not a done deal.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact. I mean, it's true. I didn't think it always happened.
Yeah, he could always say, I want X amount of money, and they could be like, no. Actually, isn't even going to happen at this moment in time because of the fucking writer's strike.
The writer?
writer's strike,
yeah,
yeah.
dude. That's big.
Yeah.
Because that sidelined Blade, the Daredevil series.
Yes, we are talking sequel to 2021. And you know what, dude? I don't know if you guys remember, but like, you remember last bad writer's strike, dude? Like 2007 to 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when everything became like reality TV.
Oh,
was
so
horrible.
bad. Yes, we are. Sequel to 2021. But I gotta say, man, I know that was one thing that Brody and I talked about. Like, honestly, he was never even on the roster for me to think about, like, as playing for Cage.
At all.
So I was like, oh shit, dude. Fucking A.
Oh, JCVD's awesome, Gene. I fucking love that movie.
What's that? Oh, the Dungeon.
JCVD?
The Dungeon Dragon movie?
No, JCVD,
No,
the Jean-Claude Van
JCVD.
Damme movie.
Oh.
It's fucking great.
I have
It's
no
just called
idea.
Jean-Claude Van Damme movie?
Yep.
Okay.
It's called JCVD.
I'll have to look it up. All right. What else we got nerdy?
I got one.
I want to talk about the House of a Thousand Corpses 20th anniversary Blu-ray coming out. I just read a review of it, and
Throw it away.
yeah, don't bother getting it. If you have the DVD, stick with the DVD because the Blu-ray does not carry over the menu intro or anything like that. It does have the tiny fuck the stump bit. They did carry that over, but they didn't carry it.
Why not bring over that DVD menu?
I know. It's
Even if they say DVD in it, who gives a shit?
and it's not even a
Yeah.
4K upgrade. It's just a regular
No, it's
Blu-ray scan.
not.
It's really not going to be worth getting.
I got my DVD
shit.
that I am.
Yeah, I'm
extremely
happy with
still
the
happy
DVD.
Yeah,
with.
I got my DVD.
I got mine
Maybe
too.
maybe if
I'm
maybe if enough people say, we want this extra and that's it, we're not going to buy this, maybe they'll, in 5 years give us what we want. And apparently there is no Rob Zombie newer commentary track on the disc, but you buy the disc, you get a digital copy, and the digital copy comes with it.
Okay.
But the physical doesn't for some reason. Because
Interesting.
everybody's apparently it didn't make it to the
Editing
on
floor
time.
in
Yeah,
or
on
something?
time. Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
Makes sense. Well, thank you for that info, Chad Daddy. Steer clear of that shit for sure.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
I got one.
Scoops?
Tomorrow, those of you that want to purchase Evil Dead Rise, it comes out on digital tomorrow.
Yes, it does.
Already?
Yeah, buddy, all fucking ready. They said, you know what? We made enough money. Let's
It's
throw
in
it out on
theaters.
digital.
What?
Yeah, it is still in theaters.
How was it been out? 3 weeks?
Yeah, and it's already
Really?
it's
Something like that.
It's crossed the
already out on
It's
digital.
crossed the $100 million mark.
Yep. What they 18 was it 18 million?
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I think the budget was
But
18 million.
they're charging
Yeah.
$25 for a digital copy of it, so it's they're still gonna make a good amount of money.
I'm gonna fucking
I
buy
want
it.
the steelbook.
Yeah, I'm going with
I
the
want the
steelbook.
steelbook too.
I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm
Don't get
waiting.
me
I'm
wrong.
waiting for the physical copy. The physical copy will be out, I think, June 27th. I think.
Oh,
I
am not waiting.
I can
Yeah.
wait.
yeah.
I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna watch it. And when the steelbook comes out, I'm gonna buy the fucking steelbook too. And I will have multiple copies of the film, just like I
Save-
do every other fucking
Save your
film.
money. Buy the steelbook. It comes with the digital copy.
Yes, it does.
But I want to watch it tomorrow.
So go to the movie theater.
Okay, so if
I can't. I have a baby.
That's not our
Bobby.
problem. No, I'm kidding.
That's why I haven't seen Guardians yet.
I'm going to see that next weekend and I can't wait to cry.
Yeah,
That's why I want to go. I've heard good things.
Everybody's saying,
Yeah.
you know what, dude? I'm gonna give out shout out to friend of the show, Alex Probst. I did see his non-spoiler review of it, and if anybody knows him, he does not hold back on his reviews, and
No, he does not.
he said this was not only his favorite Guardians film, but possibly his favorite Marvel film. And he says it's a complete, absolute, amazing end to a trilogy. And with this film alone, he is super excited for Gunn to take on the DC universe.
I've heard
and to
that
see what he's capable of doing it with.
I've heard this is a James Gunn film first and an MCU film second.
Yes, that's the.
Speaking of James Gunn and the DCU, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, they're gonna put Crypto in the fucking movie, the Superman movie.
I'm okay with that.
Me too. We finally get to see Crypto.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, I still have to see
and not animated Crypto. It's fucking gonna be Crypto.
I would like to see this be more pre-Crisis Superman. I want to see Superboy for a little bit.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, absolutely. No, yeah, Guardians should be next Saturday.
Yeah, I want to go see that too.
Is there any other nerd news that may have dropped that we're not aware of?
I got a couple of little things right here. So NECA now has 2 good figure announcements, which we knew of one. The NECA The Thing, gruesome dog creature action figure, is going to be coming out very soon. Has 52 pieces.
Holy
that
shit.
It alone comes with. And if you go look at the pictures on Bloody Disgusting, it is, hold on, I will get a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. It's basically a total of 8 figures.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
It's got the dog without anything happening to it, and then it literally has the transformation.
Yeah, it's like a literal transformation into the creature.
Yeah. And we also,
cool.
It does. And then I love this headline. It says, Prey still doesn't have a Blu-ray, but a NECA action figure is coming.
Yeah.
So the Predator from Prey is coming.
You want a physical for Prey, god damn it.
I don't really want a figure of that particular Predator, though. I did not like its look at all.
I was okay with it. I don't know.
I like it myself. I think it's interesting.
I dig it.
Oh, and
then
just dropped, at least since we started, the trailer for the second Meg movie, The Trench, just dropped.
Ooh.
No.
You know, that's a fun popcorn movie, dude.
That is a fun.
I still haven't seen it.
Oh, really?
I really like the book.
I just watched it again the other day.
But I know there's liberties taken with the book, and I completely understand why. Because the ending of the book, you really couldn't film. It wouldn't make any sense.
Well, supposedly there's some stuff from the book that was left out of the first one that they're
going to hit on
putting in the next.
I know what that is, because the headline for this says that the trailer has 3 Megs, a bunch of sea monsters, and a T-Rex. So the T-Rex part is what was in the first book that was left out.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there's a part fight with the Meg and T-Rex.
So this is the Meg 2 you're talking about, right?
It takes place back in the Jurassic period or Paleo, whatever. It's not.
Well, in the book it does. They may be something different, because if it's in the trench, you got to remember the trench was a whole different.
Well, the trench is underwater. You're not going to find an underwater.
Yeah, I was going to say, how's there a T-Rex down there? I can see like a plesiosaur or something.
So, but no, this is a prequel to Meg.
In the book, there is one, the plesiosaur.
Is there a magical pleurodon?
A what?
Does nobody know that? Damn it! All right, I'm leaving. I'm out.
I quit.
But no, wait. So wait. So the Trench is a prequel to the Meg, or are there 2 different Meg movies?
The Trench is a sequel to the Meg.
Okay, that's what I was getting. The Meg was a fun movie.
More giant monster movies. Let's go.
Yes,
Kong x Godzilla.
Well, I also love the love that the Megalodon shark is getting, because we don't know if there is one or not.
There's not. No, come on.
We don't know.
I mean, like, I guess
I don't know,
if like something like in the movie The Meg could, like, if that happened, maybe. But it's a good popcorn movie, dude. Like, you could definitely be like Jaws and The Meg for a double feature summers. Like, we're gonna watch this movie while floating in the pool.
I used to email and talk to the author of the Meg books.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
You would have to watch Jaws first. You would have to watch Jaws first and then the Meg, because I feel like watching the Meg first would get you hyped, and then you would watch Jaws, and it's such a slower paced movie than the Meg.
Yeah, but Jaws still has more scare scenes, I feel.
You know what?
Oh yeah.
We were talking about 5-star movies. I would throw Jaws onto that.
Oh, Jaws is a 5-star movie.
You know what, I would also agree, and that's because, and it's also not even just 5-star horror movie because it's such a broad landscape that it gets everybody, dude. Like, it's not exactly horror, but it's just on the cusp. But it's your adventure summer blockbuster. It's the one that started it all.
It's the original
the
summer blockbuster.
Yeah, like the Meg, like, yes, it's a big fucking shark, but like Jaws was just the movie that made it all too real. Really all
Yeah.
too real. Because like the Meg is cool on screen, but you could tell that it's
still
not real.
Yeah, it's still like a super CGI'd shark. It's not like
even though
Sci-Fi Channel, but
even though the shark in Jaws, you could tell it like has exposed jowls and stuff, that thing still looks real. Like if you saw that in the ocean, you would still be like, what the, like it still has that quality. Even
you know what you need
how
to
many
watch
years
though?
later?
Like, so I just watched the Meg literally like last weekend at my sister-in-law's house, and watching that with my wife's grandmother is absolutely great because she's just one of those old ladies that either always has questions of what's going on, unless you tell them, Grandma, I haven't seen this either, so don't ask. But everything like that happens is just like, oh, like, oh my god, dude, it was hilarious when like Jason Statham's actually getting chased around in the water by the fucking thing and shit.
That's
But
awesome.
all right, boys, anything else nerdy before we wrap this bitch up?
Yeah, I got
Think we're
nothing.
good?
I got nothing.
I got nothing else for right this time. Next week we'll have more.
Okay, so next week, join us for Final Destination 2. Please go watch it if you haven't. I haven't watched that shit in a fucking at least a solid decade, if
Yeah,
not more.
It's
so
been a while. Yeah.
It'll be nice. You know what? I should probably look up to see where it's at real quick.
Oh shit, yeah.
On demand.
I might have
Shut
to
up, Bob.
It might be on Paramount.
HBO Max. Max has all the
Or
Final
Max.
Destination
Okay.
ones.
Okay.
Oh, it's on Max right now? No shit.
I'm pretty sure. Let me double check.
Okay.
I think I saw it on there.
I do see it on anything else, so you can rent it from Redbox, Amazon, Vudu, all that bullshit. So you can find it easy enough. Yeah, dude, I'm excited.
Oh no, this doesn't have it listed for Max.
Yeah, it's not on. It didn't pull up for
It
me.
says
but-
Vudu, YouTube. I've got the DVD set, so I can always just pull it out.
Perfect.
Anyway,
All right, Gorehounds. Remember next week, Final Destination 2. Scuba, you want to start us off?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, I'm your host with the ghost, the prince of the paranormal, the duke of the dead, the dean of the deceased, Lord Scuba
Ooh,
Cabra,
new one.
saying, I'll see you next week, baby.
wow, this is your slightly less adjectived Dark Lord of Knowledge, Chad Daddy, saying, "See you next week, bitches."
And this is your who gives a fuck about the adjectives killing machine Bobby Malone saying, we will see you next week, motherfuckers.
And this is your not so mean Fluff Master Supreme, Big Johnny D saying adios, Gorehounds. And remember, stay fresh, cheese bags.
Roy Dick.
Roy Dick.